Hey, everybody, and welcome to Streaming Rainbow. Welcome to Rocket Club, and welcome to Radical Resonance. This is our fourth episode. Green won't be joining us today, but Neon's back. Hey, Neon.
Hi.
Welcome back. We are going to dive right in because there's nothing too complicated happening with these kids right now that we might want to get to right away, right? Like there's nothing that's tense or difficult for any of them. We just it's a day at the beach. We're doing a beach episode.
Yeah,
right.
It's this one's filler actually. If
yeah, we're totally nothing has it's normal.
Yeah, this is the required non-canon episode for for the series.
Exactly. This is the one where we're in like the 1940s, you know, and we're like hard-boiled detectives or whatever. It's that's the version that we're doing here. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for coming to watch, hang out with us. We really appreciate it. I'm Danny Mendoza, he, him, Danny R. Mendoza all over the internet. I will be your guide today through Rocket Club. This is part of Rocket Club, a multi-stage anthology, a collaboration between Streaming Rainbow, Nerds with Dice, Pocket Dragon Pub, and Pantsless Tables, with M. Hubbard, a friend of the show. Hey, M. Hubbard, who is also the creator of Rocket Club and the publisher of Rocket Club, Evil Hat. Rocket Club is currently on open playtesting through the end of May 2026. If you're watching this live or watching it before the end of May 2026, and you haven't picked it up yet and you want to, you can go to evilhat.com/rocket-club. That's evilhat.com/rocket-club. And you can get 172-page PDF plus supporting materials entirely for free. All that you need to do is give some feedback if you have it, right? Through the form that they give you access to when you sign up to be a playtester. You'll be credited in the book when it's published as a playtester, and you'll be helping this already amazing game become even better. So if you're interested in that, I highly recommend it. You can give feedback just from watching our shows. You can give feedback from reading those materials. You can get feedback, obviously, from playing it if you have a chance to do that. Feel free to jump in and be a part of it. I'm going to stop talking for a little bit, and I'm going to kick it over to my amazing cast so that they can tell you who they are, who they're playing, and a place where they can be found, just one. And then we will kick off today's story. I'm going to toss it to Neon first.
Hello, I am Neon Salian, they, she pronouns. I am playing Kayla Michaels, she, her pronouns. And you can find me over on Blue Sky at neonsailing.com.
Nice. Popcorn it, please.
Popcorn over to Fish.
Hello, I'm Fish. I'm Fish Finley all over the interwebs. They, them pronouns. I sing, I drive, play games. It's a very fun time. I take commissions, commission the fish, etc. I'll go into that at the end. But I'm playing a totally normal human child who's maybe slightly less human than they thought.
Love that.
Popcorn to Andy. Yeah.
Hi, my name's Andy. My pronouns are they, any. And tonight I will be playing Maxime Max Dizon. Their pronouns are they, them. And you can find me here. Open your eyes, open your ears. I'm right here. It's nice to meet you.
I love that. That's fantastic. All right. And we have a lot of really wonderful stuff here on the channel. Please like and subscribe if you have not done so yet. Be it that you're watching us on Twitch or on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers because there's a bunch of stuff that these platforms let us do once we do that we can't do now. And we really want to do those things because they're good for the community and let us get more done with what we're trying to do. So please, if you like what we're doing, go ahead and do that. And if you want to hang out with us, play games with us, talk about games with us, talk about this game with us, get in our Discord. The link's around here somewhere. Join us there. Hang out. We will chat with you about anything that you'd like. With that having been said, we're going to dive right in. We're all told from a very young age that if we just follow the rules, the adults are going to keep us safe. We trust the familiar faces of our teachers, our neighbors, the local shop owners. We believe that if we stay within the perfectly manicured, sun-baked grid of our sleepy little town, the darkness won't reach us. But growing up is, at least in part, the terrifying realization that the adults, they're just as scared as we are. Sometimes the people we look up to are hollowed out by fear, replacing reason with paranoia. And tonight, as the sky literally fractures above the Badlands, or so they think it will, right? The quiet facade of this town is primed to fully shatter. What you know, Rocket Club, where each of you are right now, is that the adults cannot save you. Only you can save you. When we last left the Rocket Club, a symphony of duct-taped ingenuity and absolute chaos had fractured our group. It started with a cryptic warning at the gas station, "Don't trust the voice," and escalated into a desperate standoff in the scrubland against paranoid, heavily armed conspiracy theorists hunting a terrified kid named Kai. You fought back. You launched fireworks into chests and ignited jetpack explosions, but the Badlands are vast and dark. And in the ensuing panic, Kayla, you were overwhelmed, bagged, violently dragged away into the night by these adults. Meanwhile, Max, Astrid, Marisol retreated to the fort with Kai, only to realize that you were trapped between two impossible threats. On the radio, an impossibly calm voice, one might say coercive, offered you what it wanted you to think was salvation. in the dark tunnels beneath your feet, true horrors emerged. Living shadows moving like waves of darkness puppeted you, Astrid, in a horrifying display of cosmic control, but through the sheer power of persistence, maybe not knowing better, right? And taking the risk you had to take for the people you care about, the people you choose. Max, using a rocket bike as an indoor battering ram, you severed that connection, pulled Astrid out. With Astrid's help, you were fighting like hell inside of yourself at the same time. And together, you worked with Marisol to slam that heavy blast door shut. Marisol taking real damage to get that done. Now you're safe, but you're trapped. In the quiet, ozone-scented aftermath, Kai finally confessed to you, Astrid, that from their perspective, they weren't a traitor. They were terrified. Like you, Astrid, their eyes changed color, and probably more. The cultists are hunting them not because of that, though, because they don't know. They're hunting them because of you. They're hunting all of you, apparently believing that you're some sort of chosen ones of a mass extinction prophecy that they believe is about to come to pass tonight. And Max, you took a look at that note, unveiling to yourself and everyone that it's a blackmail note. It offered impossible help, just incredible amount of resources, suspiciously generous amounts of resources at the alien-themed diner. And understanding that and what just happened outside and what you'd already been able to put together, the pieces clicked into place. See, the cultists clearly took Kayla alive. Seemed to be rounding up more than just you all. And you have every reason to believe that where they drove off to, where they may have taken who knows how many people to, where they wanted to take you to, is likely the long-rumored bomb shelter beneath the alien-themed diner at the edge of town. And as you understand it, they might think that they're saving you somehow. Tonight is about how you handle the dark, trying to break through the door. Tonight is about what you do to get out, to find your friend. Tonight is about stepping into the lion's den on purpose. The sky, you're told, is falling. Time, you can feel, is running out. It might be time to go on the offensive. Kayla, you were swarmed in a dark field. Rough hands grabbed you. A heavy canvas bag was yanked over your head, and something, a sickly sweet smell, flooded your lungs. You crashed out. Now your eyes flutter open. The bag is ripped off your head. A harsh, blinding halogen light makes you squint. Cold water drips down your face. You're sitting on the freezing concrete floor of what looks like a subterranean meat freezer, retrofitted with cots and canned goods. A sweaty man in a tactical vest looks down at you and says, "We're going to come back for you when it's done," pointing up at the sky, and slams a heavy steel vault door shut, locking it from the outside. It takes your eyes a moment to adjust to the dim emergency lights. And as they do, and your head spins a little less, you realize you're not alone. Sitting on a cot across from you, rubbing their wrists, is Jaime. Jaime looks up at you, terrified, and says, "Kayla, what did you do?"
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you start with.
Yeah. What is okay, the only reason that I'm here that I can think of is because of you. Now that I see you here, I didn't know why I was here, but it's obvious that I'm here because of something that you did, and they think that I'm involved because we used to be friends, I guess. So what did you do? Just tell them.
You are the most selfish person I've ever met. Am I bound? Like, are my wrists bound, or am I just sort of...
You are. You could try to do something about it, though. It doesn't seem like these guys are really good at what they're doing. Like, they don't really know what's going on. You know?
Yeah.
They're improvising.
For the time being, I'm going to, after telling Jaime he's the most selfish person I've ever met, I'm going to work on getting myself out of the restraint. Just
copy. Go ahead and roll me something for that. How are you going to try to get out?
I think I'm going to use design. Like, I can figure out, if you trace like a rope, you can figure out the way it's looped around itself to try and loosen the restraint from the way it is.
Copy. All right, go ahead. How many do you have in that?
1.
Okay. And do you have any conditions right now?
Yep, I definitely do. I have clumsy and overstimulated still.
Yeah, you're going to be rolling flat then. Sorry about that.
Okay. That's not good. I got a 3, a 1, and a 6.
So here, it doesn't apply yet. Although, what a lovely first roll of the game. Welcome back, Neon. 3, a 1, and a 6 makes me really happy, everybody, because just for those who don't have it open in front of you at home, a 3 is a failure on the outcome. A 1 is a crisis on the side effect. And a 6 is love. So the mood is love on this. Before I get into what I was about to say, I gotta know, is love an impulse or a question for you?
It is, in fact, an impulse.
Are you going to embrace the impulse?
Oh, yeah, because it's say too much.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so one thing I do want to mention that we had talked about as a cast before tonight, but that I want to make sure to let the audience in on, is we're going to be doing a little extra layer of playtesting today. Em had the wonderful idea of trying out an adjustment to side effect. There is a possibility that we are going to adjust the 2 on side effect, which originally was draw attention. Draw attention, your action is noticed by an outside entity in a negative way. And we are going to instead try lose something as a parallel to the number 5, learn something on side effect. So for lose something, you suffer a loss of something important. This might be a literal object, but it could be more abstract. Your temper, your footing, giving up information. The guide will ask you one of the following questions or something similar. So here I pick the question. What is lost or taken? How do you lose your way? What do you lose sight of? What do you give up? How are you noticed by an enemy? It would have been great if that was what you rolled here, because that would have been easier on you right now. What you rolled here is a crisis. So as a reminder to you and to everybody how a crisis works, you determine it. I don't, right? So I determine the nature of the failure off of the 3. You determine how you embrace your impulse, and mark an experience for that, please. How much experience are you at now?
I'm at 4.
Beautiful. Thank you. So 1 more, and you will be primed mechanically to be ready narratively whenever you feel that you're ready narratively to confess your secret. Ideally to another PC. So that it would be, that's how its rules is written. It's meant to be that you do it to another PC, and then the other PC supports you, and then you do it that way. The crisis, though, you have to describe how the situation is now significantly worse for you and your friends from trying, specifically from this action of trying to get out of the restraints. So I'm going to say that the failure, if this works for you, is that the way that you move to get out of the restraints inadvertently tightens them. So while these guys didn't do a very good job, of restraining you to begin with, you have now done them the favor of fortifying their restraints further, making it harder for you to get out of them through the movements that you made. The crisis and the impulse are now yours to determine. Floor is yours.
So I think I'm going to go with the impulse first. And it starts as like kind of this quiet muttering as Kayla's trying to work through the knot. And as it's not giving, as she's turning pieces around and pulling at sections of it, it's just, I can't believe this. And this is stupid. I don't even know why we're even here. We were just trying to help Kai. And this is stupid. And I can't even believe that you say this is my fault. And we're supposed to be friends. Or at least we were. I can't believe this. It won't come apart.
Look, I'm not the one who changed, okay? I'm not the one who is suddenly different, right? You basically, it doesn't matter. Look at where we are. It felt like you like abandoned me. You were just a different person, okay? I thought that we saw things the same way, and then you're suddenly seeing everything differently, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's these people that you're hanging out with at the Rocket Club or something else, or maybe this was always who you were, but I don't know. I don't like it.
You don't have to like it. I'm the one that has to be happy with it.
Yeah, you look really happy.
Why did they even bring you here? You're not even part of the Rocket Club.
They must have thought that I knew something about you if they're going after the Rocket Club. Why did they go after you?
I think she's gonna like maneuver over to the door. Does it have like an edge or something she can try and like pull at with the rope?
Yeah, she could try.
So I think how I make it worse is she like latches part of the rope and she's like pulling on it to try and get it to loosen with the edge that's like available on the door. And what they hear is the door like starting to like dunk, 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 dunk. So they can actively hear something inside moving.
And what are you trying to achieve with that specifically? Like, what's the goal?
I think it's just part of the failure to get myself out of the restraint.
Copy. Fair enough. While you settle in there, we go back for a moment to the rest of the Rocket Club, to the fort. Max, Astrid, Marisol, and Kai. All y'all are in the dim light of your fake out shed. The heavy door to the tunnels is sealed shut, trapping the living shadows on the other side. If any of you try to listen, you almost think you hear something. And the silence feels eerie, as though something is filling the absence that you can't quite grasp. The more you try to listen to it, the more unnerving the silence feels. You think you know exactly where Kayla is, right? Over at the alien diner. But you also know that the cultists are armed, paranoid, and apparently expecting some kind of end of the world tonight. It's pretty clear there's a ticking clock. Max, you've got your go bag there on the floor. The blackmail note is, I think, on the floor or in your hand. The only way out of this shed is the front door, right back out through these living shadows into the Badlands, where the remaining pickup trucks are currently searching for you. And so are the guys, probably with guns. What are you going to do?
I don't like that the silence is not empty, Danny. That's I don't like that. Fish did not like that.
Fish disapproves. Yeah.
Maybe it's full of something good, you know?
Seeing as I was in there just a moment ago, I'm gonna have to disagree, but you're welcome to test that theory later. Well, I mean, we don't have all of us are kind of dealing with a situation where we don't have our rocket rigs fully together because like Marisol's is gone, Max's is broken. I have one shoe. That's where we're at right now. So I think Astrid's gonna kind of like take a moment to just like triage, and then we'll just we need to find Kayla.
Yeah, I mean, well, this note's asking us to go to the diner, and when those guys drove away, it did seem like that's the direction they were going.
That's probably that's probably where we can find her then. If they took her, then they probably took her that way. So first things first, do you need to fix that?
Max looks at their bicycle, which I think at this point has maybe 2 or 3 of the spokes fully off of the bike. The chain still on there, still turning the gears. The rocket a little warped from the heat, but it's still working. I got one more breakdown on it. And I think Max
you can go ahead.
I think Max is going to say, maybe, but well, we can't all get on the bike. We have to get out through there. And Max points at the ominous, not hollowed out, silent but not silent door.
I think Astrid has stopped trying so hard to like keep themselves contained, and so right now they've just got these little colored splotches that are like moving around on their face, and they're changing colors based on all the thoughts that Astrid's having. And you go like that way, and all of them turn bright blue and just like freeze for a second as Astrid's like, I don't want to do that. That was not pleasant the first time.
That is
we'll need something to like break through it then, because I don't want to do that again.
Okay, well, when I went through it to go grab you, let's think. I had the flashlight, which was bright. We know they don't like the light. My rig's loud. Is that what they were saying things? If we made something bright enough and loud enough, could we make it through there?
Hear me out.
This is great. This is the good.
I'm excited for what's coming. Yeah.
We take a floodlight.
Okay.
And we cover the front of a Razor scooter with a floodlight. And then stick a boombox on the back of it, and then just so like we can have a soundtrack. Oh my gosh, we can have a soundtrack. I don't know.
Okay, so
though. I don't remember what we kept out here.
We have a couple of things. We have a couple of things I want to mention, because we've never done the repair mechanic before, and actually, this is the repair mechanic's first time potentially being used in all of the games that I've run. So I was double checking how it works also, so that you know. This would not apply for Marisol's rocket rig, because Marisol's rocket rig is fully outside and broken, right? But for both of your rocket rigs, even though you sent one of your boots out there, so you'd need to build a new like boot, basically, right? We still mechanically used like a breakdown box to signify that. So I'm gonna say, with the stuff that you have in your secret stash here, you can do repairs to try to put together at least repairs to the bike. Maybe repairs to a second boot. I'm tempted to make that a blueprint situation. And then definitely, if you're going to do like a new thing, then that's going to be rocket surgery, right?
Okay.
When I say a blueprint situation, I also meant rocket surgery. So, but you can do the repair, especially since you're together, just by spending downtime to do it. So the only cost is narrative. So when you repair, you take some time to repair or replenish your rocket rig, erase a mark from one breakdown box. But if you have help from one of your fellow club members, erase 2 boxes. So you can get the bike fully up to form. I'm just going to say narratively that's going to take the time that takes, right?
That makes sense to me. I didn't realize that we could just like fix stuff. That is a skill that we have. What if we just put a bunch of lights on your bike? Because it's already loud. And lights.
I mean, we could, but would it be fast enough to get us to the diner in time? And I think Max thinks for a moment. And I think Max comes to the conclusion that any child around their age comes to, which is there's 2 rockets on my bike. If there were more rockets on my bike,
I take off my shoe. I take off my second shoe and I go, we could use this.
Okay.
The one rocket boot.
Max,
you just gotta smack it from the back to get it to go.
Max starts thinking, places a hand on the wall, and I think based on the description of our fort, as Max touches the wall, they're suddenly going to like scrunch up their nose as they like look at their hand, and they're going to smell it for a second. So, are we still keeping fuel in the walls?
And I will say canonically, so that the audience at home knows that I'm not just like allowing random shenanigans for fun. Yes, there is fuel in the wall. This is something that was actually set up during the robust co-creation process of the club. It was established. There is fuel. It's a very flammable hideout, as it turns out. Overall,
one of the most important things if you're playing a child and you're building the place they're gonna hang out is you irresponsibly store explosives in the walls. Step 1.
Step 1: walls go boom. I love it. So, question, in order to round up what it is we're doing from a mechanical perspective, am I right in understanding that what we're looking at doing here is repair to the bike? So if you're willing to take the time that takes narratively, the bike can be back at all breakdown boxes, because you would only mark 2 out of 3, right? So all breakdown boxes can be cleared with the 2 of you working on the bike together. It's just going to take some time. Marisol is taking care of Kai, I'd say, at the same time, because Kai is pretty badly burned. What were you going to say, Fish?
I was going to say that's fine with me. Because I only have 1 shoe, and like narratively, I don't think Astrid would keep 1 gigantic boot on for much longer when it could otherwise be used as a spare rocket for the thing. I think it makes sense for like me to just like fully break down my entire rocket rig and contribute that as materials towards repairing the bike.
I love
and just,
that.
Like, lean on to Max and Max's rig for the rest of the.
How many breakdown boxes do you have on that?
We only took the 1, but I literally only have 1 shoe.
I know. So the reason I'm asking is I really like that. So let's say this. Because you did that, it's going to take a little less time, right, for you to make these repairs. And I'm going to say that there's an additional breakdown box available right now. So you don't get the 2 that were open there, right? But like a 4th breakdown box on whatever you're going to try to do with the bike, so that you can use it. Because I have a feeling you're going to be using them. Do the 2 of you, and you can get help from Marisol and maybe even Kai, right? For this. Do the 2 of you want to, separate from what you're doing to the bike, also do rocket surgery to like build yourself a new rocket rig, which could be based on the rocket rigs that are in there? It doesn't have to be the first rocket rig that you took, or it could be a wholly new thing that you build with rocket surgery. Or do you want to just go with the bike?
I mean, I think it may be smart to build something for Kayla to use when we go to try to save him.
Yes, because Kayla also does not have their rocket rig. It's not even just that it was like that it was it would have been confiscated. It was fully used before the kidnapping. So yes, one for Kayla would be good. You could always try to build two things. Again, it's your time mostly that's happening that's impacting things.
Yeah, I think in terms of like the urgency that Astrid is feeling, anything beyond like fixing this and building one thing is going to be way too much time.
Cool.
And Astrid is absolutely going to be roping Kai into helping with this, with building this, because like Kai's first rocket surgery. I'm trying to be nice, okay?
yeah, that's Kai's first rocket surgery. Kai is not doing well. Like now that the big confession happened, you'd think that there'd be a weight off their shoulders, which probably to some degree. But the other thing that's happening is like the adrenaline is coming down, and with the adrenaline coming down, the fear is coming up, and the just incredible weight of all of this happening to, you know, you're all children, right? So very, very young people having a very, very difficult and frightening day that is, aside from the dangers outside that these adults pose, fully changing the ways in which you experience reality, right? Like even with Kai already knowing about their nature and yours, Astrid, didn't mean that like you know everything about every kind of alien. Do you know what I mean? Like there's still like new stuff happening, so not doing super well.
Yeah.
But Marisol is helping with that while also taking Kai to task for being such a little dick to you, like fully still upset at Kai for having treated you the way that Kai did, and it was not an excuse, and you're getting a lot of that from Marisol. Would you all like to do rocket surgery?
I think so, because I don't think doing just the bike is going to be enough, right?
Yeah.
The bike's got four breakdown boxes now, rather than the initial 3 from the boost from the like added parts from the rocket rig that Astrid donated, and you got it done faster. So between that and the rocket surgery, I'm going to say that the two things together are going to take as much time as just fixing the bike would have taken if you hadn't done what you did, Astrid, with your one boot. Okay. Yes. For the rocket surgery, as a reminder, we follow a blueprint. This is a special action performed when the Rocket Club works together to create a new rocket rig. It can be an incredible piece of technology cobbled together from the parts at hand. Just like the starting rocket rigs, it doesn't have to fall into one of those categories, and it might not even involve rockets at all, but it's up to you. It can be one of those categories, and it can be all rockets. It differs from a regular action roll because more than one player character works together. You do not use a trait. You follow the blueprint in order to decide how many rerolls you have. So to get into that blueprint, what does it do? As a reminder, one cool thing you get for free, like launching a grappling hook or intercepting police radio. Each additional cool thing is a -1. Each incredible thing, like invisibility, anti-gravity, disintegration, those are a -2. So what does it do?
Okay, so the bike with the extra rocket should be able to get us there. So we needed to make a lot of light, and we needed to be functional for Kayla to use as their rig after. So those are the two things I can think of.
Yeah. Same. I think Astrid is thinking like we need it to emit so much light, and it be fairly easy for us to go, hey Kayla.
So when you say emit so much light, is it like a fog light kind of situation, or are you talking about like an incredible amount of light, like it could light up a whole field on its own? Like how much light do you want here?
I don't know that we want a field light because that feels like that would draw a lot of attention.
It would, but
you know, draw attention from.
Yes, but you know what else it would do is it would erase all the shadows in the area that light hits.
Andy, you look like you have a thought.
My thought is go for the field light.
I'm down. I'm so down.
Listen, we're on what is now a triple rocket powered bicycle roaring through the streets towards the diner. Subtleties out the fucking window.
Stealth is out the window. Stealth is out the window.
Well, here's the other thing too, is if you have something like that on your bike, you probably could open the door and ride your bike through the tunnel with the light on and see if that gets you past the shadows. Now, they'd have to try to close the door really fast behind you. You don't know if the shadows could try to get in here. It's risky, but it's a way out.
Yeah, and Marisol and Kai can kind of like do the door thing while we're eating out, so we can coordinate that. That is like doable.
And they'll have, and when you all roll, I'll resolve that mechanically with like help actions and stuff like that for extra rerolls. Question to you, Neon, on behalf of Kayla, and this is to get an answer from you, and then I will see with Maxime and Astrid how well they know their friend. If your friends were to bring you a new rocket rig bright enough to light up a field on its own, that you needed to wear or carry or whatever, what else would you want it to do?
That's a good question. I feel like I wanted to have like multiple charges because my immediate instinct is to like flash it in the eyes of the adults and like stun them and just like and like keep moving.
I love that.
And
I think multiple charges is cool.
Got it.
Yeah, an on-off switch sounds good. I guess part of my question is like, do you want it to also have anything propulsive, anything that helps you with transit? Do you want anything that helps as like an offensive thing? Like aside from blinding people, like do you want it to shoot anything out?
That would you like sick. A jelly bean dispenser?
Yeah. Would you like a semi-automatic flaming hot jelly bean dispenser? Basically a jelly bean flamethrower. Yeah.
Kayla will love a jelly bean blaster. That would be wild. So good.
Molten jelly beans. It's just burning hot jelly beans. You've got the jelly beans. You've got the technology. You already had that proof of concept with the hand cannon.
True. Yeah.
Would you want that? It looks like Kayla would approve. Back to the fort, or to the fake out shed, behind the fort. Does that occur to you? Does it hit your mind that like, Kayla's gonna want to maybe shoot something?
I think so, just because like also in terms of portability, like a jelly bean gun is more portable than like a vehicle. So like fairly easy to like carry and bring to Kayla rather than anything else. So
I love that. Go ahead.
I think as we were making it, like I think without even talking, and Fish, with your permission, whether or not this is true, I think immediately it was already starting to look like a second like Mega Blaster.
Yes.
So what we're saying is Mega Man is going to have like a fog light kind of that can, but like can light up an entire field, blind these adults, and by adults we mean pedophiles, right? Yeah. Right, Green? Who's not here? We clearly mean pedophiles.
That's what's happening here.
Yeah, we're blinding pedophiles with a Mega Man arm, and the Mega Man arm is also capable of shooting molten hot scalding jelly beans.
Yeah.
Semi-automatically.
Yeah.
Like in rapid succession.
It's
huge amount in the can. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see the vision.
Little jelly beans.
So you see the vision.
I see the vision. I see the vision.
The reason why the first one failed is because we didn't have truly an egregious amount of rocket fuel to use.
It's that dream a little bigger, darling thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of like, it was too small was the problem. We needed more jelly beans and more fuel. Now you got a lot of fuel back here. Okay, I'm gonna give this to you on a -4. It's a bunch of stuff. I did the math in my mind. If I added it up in its component pieces, it would be more than -4. I think altogether it is tantamount to 2 incredible things. So we're going to do a -4 on the what does it do, if that sounds good to you all. What is it made of? I'm going to say, since you're at your center of power here, you don't just have regular Rocket Club supplies. I think you've got pretty high quality materials that you've put together. You're in this scrap yard sort of badland area. You've had years maybe to collect up stuff for like a rainy day, right? If you're willing to use all your best stuff, I say you can have high quality materials. But you look like you had a thought, Esther.
No, I was just cheering that you were being nice to us.
I can't give you alien technology because you don't have any, right?
Not with that attitude. No,
not yet.
I think Astrid is very much in the headspace of, we don't have anything left to be saving this for. Like, if we were to use it, now would be the time. So we're going to use the best stuff that we can find in our pile of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, these pedophiles are saying it's the apocalypse, so probably good to use this stuff. Were you saying, Andy?
If we give up the extra breakdown box on the bike, would that help?
If so, the extra breakdown box on the bike would be a reroll on that. What I will say is this: if you instead want to use the boots, I'm willing to retcon something if you feel like it fits narratively fish. They're your boots. It's the only reason that I'm thinking about doing this. Would you believe that when you were making those boots, you utilized some stuff that you had at home that you didn't know where it came from?
Yeah, I could see Astrid doing that, just because Astrid is generally fairly like resourceful and always been really resourceful, and so especially when like their parents don't talk to them much about what's going on in their life, they'll find what they can and use what they can and get away with what they can. So I'd see that. Yeah. So
without you realizing, you do have alien technology.
See, I told you not with that attitude.
Foreshadowing. 5 seconds.
Yeah. We're quick here. We're quick here at Radical Resonance on Screaming Rainbow. So here's what I'll say. If you detach that part of the rocket that you put on the bike, you'll just have the regular 3 boxes. You take that, you use it, and because it had a rocket fuel component anyway, if you use that to help power the insanely hot, deeply damaging, jelly bean situation, I'm going to say that that's alien technology helping out, and that'll give you a +2 that you're able to use in addition to the mostly high quality materials of +1. So already on balance, that's a +3 there to the -4 on the first. You're at a -1 on balance, which is pretty good at this point in the process, given everything we've done.
Yeah. I mean, I think Astrid is very open to like, what is the most efficient way to use this boot? Because like they know that they're not going to get much use out of it, being that it's only 1 boot. And so any way that it can be implemented into our repair / creations in a way that is like the most beneficial to us is the way Astrid's leaning. And so amongst the after discussion, I think Astrid would totally be all like, all right, we're gonna help power molten jelly bean semi-automatic gun.
It's also a floodlight.
It is. It's also a floodlight, a deeply blinding floodlight with an on-off switch. That's just in there, it's in there for free. Okay, who's making it? I'm going to say 3 or more with extra help from capable non-player characters, because we did establish before that Kai has now joined the Rocket Club officially.
I'm gonna offer that Astrid is physically building it, just because Astrid is also taking apart the boot to fit it, and one of the qualities of the boot is that they are bunkers. So really, only Astrid understands how it works and how to take it apart and how to like.
Super fair. I'm going to offer that Kai is very annoyingly offering an uninformed opinion that is wrong the majority of the time, but probably the most infuriating part of it is once or twice Kai's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But with that, for the low cost of that, you get a +2. So now you are at a +1 overall due to who's making it. How long will it take? We need it now. No time to waste. Kind of feels like the answer.
Yeah.
Which is a -1. And that takes us back to a flat roll, which leaves us to my favorite part, drawbacks. You can use each option once, combining the results. So there's a major flaw, such as has to stay in one location, can only be used once, but it can be other things. Those are just examples. That gives you a +1. An additional major flaw of that general type gives you another +1. A dangerous defect that causes extra unintended harm and destruction gives you a +2. So you get a total of 4 rerolls if you're willing to take 2 major flaws and a dangerous defect. So what do y'all want to do? Or you could roll flat and see what happens.
I want to be so for real, knowing how these dice feel about the game. And knowing how we really don't want many variables in terms of this thing being unusable or unpredictable when trying to rescue Kayla, my suggestion is that we go for the flat roll.
Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies.
Big money, no whammies.
But
if I could offer a major flaw,
just one.
Just one.
Just go for it.
I could offer a major flaw.
Sure.
We talked about something being loud, and we talked about how that was an important thing because we don't know whether or not that was actually helping in rescuing Astrid or if it was just the light. And we spoke about we could have a soundtrack just a few moments ago. Could I suggest that whenever we do use this particular rocket surgery rig, that it plays a mixtape of Kayla's choice that we found somewhere in the hideout?
Only ever that mixtape, though.
Only
Kayla,
that mixtape.
Kayla, Neon, I don't need you to answer right now. If you have an answer, you're welcome to. I'm going to need you to think about what's on the mixtape. And I think it's literally a mixtape. Like, I know there's a little anachronistic timing-wise, but I would love for it to be an actual cassette tape, right? Like, it's essentially or maybe a burned CD. I'll accept a burned CD, but nothing like too modern, right? Mm-hmm. So think about what you could actually fit on a cassette tape or a burned CD. What Kayla would want to listen to. It could be anything you want. Any timeline. Like, you could pull it from anywhere. It could be thoroughly modern. It could be much older, from anywhere in the world, whatever you want. The world's your oyster. Have that ready. It will matter.
Got it.
I will say that's a major flaw I'll take. That is you're gonna roll 3d6 with 1 reroll. Final offer. Both of you agree?
I'm cool with that.
You know, when I first made the bike, I put a rocket on it because I read that it was completely illegal to put an actual engine on it. I'm pretty sure in a few of the places I used to live, a light this bright is also very illegal. So I feel kind of stupid right now.
Look, I'm 13. I don't care about the law.
I know. I'm just saying I cared a lot about making sure I could actually ride the bike around publicly, and now it just feels like that part doesn't matter. You know, I'm attempting
Also,
to use...
I just found out I'm slightly less human than I thought. So, all bets are off.
It's a much bigger thing than my thing.
Fair. Go ahead and roll 3d6. This is how I'm going to do it. Fish, please roll the 3d6. If we use the reroll, Andy, I'm going to ask you to do the reroll. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
That works.
By the way, the little spiel, I was attempting to use culture shock by bringing up the fact that this is illegal in some of the places I've lived.
I like that.
Is that allowed?
Yeah. I think that's perfect. Remind me how culture shock works.
Okay. This town is strange. They didn't do things the way yours used to, and performing an action in a situation that directly involves the town. Explain how things are different here and take an additional reroll.
Beautiful. So now you'll have 2 rerolls. I fully accept that. And you'll have both of those rerolls. Fish will do the main rolls. Let me know what you got.
So remember how I was just saying how much these dice love the story? 554.
Okay. Wait a minute though. Do you want to go for a triple?
I mean, it's the mood. I feel like we can risk that on the mood, right?
Yeah.
You're in a good place with the 5 and the 5. You got 2 shots at it.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 3.
Back to 3s, guys.
Yep.
That's a 1.
Y'all, we went from being hopeful to being fearful. This is where we're at.
Yeah. From hopeful to fearful. So as a reminder, you get 1 outcome and 1 shared side effect. So learn something is just for like collectively, right? You don't get separate learn somethings. But you do have separate mood reactions. So for each of you, is fear an impulse or a question?
Mine's a question.
Mine is an impulse.
Are you going to embrace your impulse?
I am going to embrace my impulse.
What is your impulse?
My impulse is go somewhere you feel safe, and that's with my friends.
I love that. That is beautiful. Mark XP, where are you on your XP tracker now?
That puts me at 3.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. When you get to 5, you're going to be mechanically ready to reveal your secret whenever you feel it's appropriate. And to whomever it feels appropriate. That's awesome. What is the question for fear for you?
Before I say that, I would like to preface with, I was gonna go into this being all like, Astrid, now that they understand that this is like a feature of their existence, they are like slightly better at controlling the weird colors now that they know what they're feeling out for. Except fear is, how does your emotion show in your voice or face? I'm gonna be so for real. That feels like the dice are telling me that like Astrid's maybe slightly less control than they thought they did.
I love that.
Look, they took the cap off of the shaken soda bottle. Like that's what's happening here. And now it's like this is just what they are. That's
very good. I love that. I mean, honestly, full embrace, right? It's dope.
I think mostly it's like concentrated around where her like kind of the mask region of her face, of just like this sort of kind of superhero mask vibe. If you're looking at it from afar, it probably looks like she's wearing a mask just because of like where it's at, but she's trying real hard to feel like, no.
I mean, funny enough, that's kind of a good way to mask it, right? Like you have it up, but also like people might just think it's a thing, like it's like makeup or a thing you're doing. It's interesting. Full success. So I'm gonna let you describe what it looks like as this thing fully rose to life. But before then, collectively, you all get to ask me a question to learn something. You can ask the guide one of the following questions or something similar about your immediate situation. So it needs to relate in some way to the rocket surgery that you just did, what you plan to use it for, that sort of thing. What has been hidden or overlooked? How is this person vulnerable? You need to specify who. What is the biggest threat right now? What is my best path forward? What is the best escape route?
Because this is shared, can I still use my reputation move outside observer to ask 2 questions?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I guess we'll each take one. What do you want to ask, Fish?
I think Astrid's biggest question at this point is what is the, outside of just getting through this tunnel, what is the fastest way to get out of danger of the shadows?
That light that you just built, as long as you're careful, should be able to keep shadows from reaching you. Like, even if you understand they seem to need to connect to each other, right?
Okay.
So like, even if you're casting a shadow, if your shadow's not touching another shadow, it doesn't look like they can like just pop into existence there from what you've seen. Maybe they can, but that's your best guess with the information that you have. Gotcha. Getting through the tunnel seems most possible with the light of the things that you've thought about. And that's the only way out that you know of that wouldn't require something more dangerous, right? Okay. What I will say is to get away from the shadows more broadly, I think you have the idea that like, go to the best lit place possible. There's an emergency generator that you'd know exists just from living in the town, and everybody kind of knows everything. It's not a very big town. Connected to this alien diner on the edge of town. So you know they have power over there, even if there's stuff going on with the power sort of more broadly. So if you can get over there, it's probably safer than anywhere. It's nighttime, right? Like, other than going somewhere very well lit and getting there very well lit, the shadows would be all around you, right? Or you'd wait till morning if you could do that. Those would be your options.
Okay.
I think my question would be, what's the best path forward? This time in reference to what's the best route we can take to get to Kayla and the diner?
So you have a very fast bike right now and a very bright situation with this rig that you just put together. And if you get caught, they're probably going to take both away from you. So you might get there faster and have an easier time getting to wherever Kayla is if you just let them take you. Like, if you just go out there and let them take you. But they'll take everything away from you. Now that you have a very fast bike, it's possible you could go in directions that the pickup trucks can't go as easily, that you could get over there fast, maybe faster than they can. But if it's clear that you're going over there, can you get there fast enough for them to have not like radioed ahead? How do you get in when you get there? How do you get to wherever Kayla is? How do you know where Kayla is? So that's the trade-off. You can get over there and maybe on your own, obviously depending on how things go, and try to get there faster than them, and try to find a way to get in, and try to find where Kayla is, and then try to get everybody out with your stuff. Or you can get caught, risk losing your stuff. You don't know what these guys are going to do with it, or if you can find it again, or any of that. Hope that the guys are going to take you wherever Kayla is, because you don't have control over that either, and see how that goes.
Okay.
Or secret door number 3, you can get a hold of another CB radio and see if you could talk to that voice that was trying to talk to you. I bet you've got parts back there that you could probably put something together to get a signal.
I'm gonna be so real. I think Astrid's very like, we need to go collect Kayla right now mindset. So any other actions would have to be a Max idea.
Yeah. I think it is go get Kayla. I'm leaning towards like the first option of trying to get there and keep our stuff, because I'm a little worried about getting out. It like the second option feels like, Kayla, we've come to rescue you, and we're also like bound and thrown into the room. You know, it's like we have 3 prisoners instead of the
exactly. We have them exactly where we want them, with us in restraints.
Okay.
So I think Max is.
So you're going to gun it through, if I'm understanding correctly, Marisol and Kai are going to pull the door open while the two of you are revving this engine, and one of you has the Mega Man light up arm aimed toward it. You're going to light it up, presumably with everybody trying to avert their eyes from that, because if it's that bright, it's going to blind all of you, right?
Yeah.
So you got to take some kind of precaution for that.
I have sunglasses.
You could put your sunglasses on. That'll help. So maybe you're the one to have the rig on, right? Because
I'll have the rig on, and I'll be on the back of the bike, kind of like holding Max, so I don't fall off.
Which also means that Max is going to be driving blind.
I think
Max is not going to be able to see.
I think Max doesn't have sunglasses. Max has normal glasses. So I think in their fort, Max has looked for the closest whiteboard marker and just shaded in their glasses.
I adore that. I love that.
Ingenuity. That's what Rocket Club is about. It's about you do with what you have.
We just built an impossibly bright, what is essentially just a weapon out of alien technology. But we're also children, so I'm gonna go grab a whiteboard marker. Very quickly color in my glasses.
It feels right. So they're gonna pull that to the side. You're gonna vroom, vroom, vroom loud, going through with this thing on, playing whatever the first song is on the mixtape, which I'm gonna ask you to let us know, Neon, as soon as we get to that moment. And because that's how that works canonically now. And then we're gonna roll to see how that exit goes, and then you are subsequently gonna need to roll to see how your chase goes. Essentially, you're gonna have to tell me what trait you're using, how you're trying to do it. I'm gonna let you do separate actions if you want, right? The navigationally ones, like the ones that have to do with like how fast you're moving, where you're going, what kind of terrain you're on, staying on the bike. That's gonna be you, Andy. Everything with the light and the rig, any kind of distraction stuff, any offensive moves, that is gonna be you, Fish. So think about what you might want to do with that plan. Be ready for so many rolls in a row, because it's going to be a roll fest, and we will come back to you once you've had a chance to think a little bit. Kayla, you and Jaime are not the only people trapped in this bunker. This freezer, by the way, now you've had some time to sit in there, is very clearly at least a partially retrofitted bunker. It's not the entirety of the bunker, but it does seem that the bunker, there was something to the bunker rumor, right? This is the rumored thing, and like most of these rumors, it was exaggerated, and it's not as advertised. It's not some super intense, dramatic Hollywood bunker. It's a freezer. And some other stuff probably down there, right? That some people carved out. But it's still getting the job done for kidnapping all of you, right? And allegedly holding you away from whatever these guys think is going to happen. You have somebody in there who is named Ms. Virginia, who you might recognize. Ms. Virginia is a piano teacher.
They got Miss Virginia. I'm mad at everybody now.
And you're not sure that Ms. Virginia was there. It's one of those things where, like, is your mind playing tricks on you? She's sitting in the dim emergency lighting, looking profoundly confused while clutching a tin of peaches. Marisol's mother is also down there, who you would recognize. You know that she's a bit of a worrywart about Marisol's safety. She's not restrained, actually. She's pacing frantically in the bunker, muttering something about how she knew it wasn't safe outside, and seemingly like talking herself into a spiral. There's somebody in town who is really into MLMs, who constantly asks Max, about their dad. And even though they've been kidnapped by what is clearly a doomsday cult, this self-proclaimed genius business owner will not shut up trying to pitch survival supplements and other things to the rest of the people in this group. And then there's Clara. Clara is a classmate. Clara constantly changes her hair color. Clara looks at you, shy, and smiles. And in this moment where nobody but you and Jaime seem to be paying any attention to her, her hair shifts bright bioluminescent neon. And she says, so she doesn't say it out loud, but she's like, what do you do?
We got to get Miss Virginia out of here. I'm super worried about Marisol's mom. That MLM guy can get stuck here for all I care. But I am a child, and the only other people who are going to listen to me are other kids. So I'm going to go over to Clara because Jaime's an asshole.
So you're able to scoot over. Like, what you're strapped into is like a chair, so you could like, like do one of those over toward Clara if you want. And Jaime just watches you rolling their eyes, like, and does watch your conversation for whatever that's worth. Sorry, there was a fly in there all of a sudden. So you are able to position yourself if you want so that your back is to Jaime and you're kind of blocking Clara's face to get a little bit more privacy. Clara says, I know that Kai and Astrid haven't been friends for a while, but I think Kai went to try to warn you all. I don't know what you know now, and it's not really my place to talk about other people, but right? I'm different. And I think they're looking for us. Are you different?
Maybe. Can you help me out of this?
I can, but if I help you out of it, they're going to know that I can do that. So why don't I try to help you out of it, but you pretend to be in it?
Okay.
Her bioluminescent hair moves like appendages and goes over and just unties you and then comes back in and settles into her like day-to-day camouflaged hair color.
So I will pick up the chair and carry it over approximately about to where they left me. And from across the room, I'm going to say to her, yeah, I'm different too.
I don't know why they want to get all of us. I love that. She mouths this to you, but so that everybody can follow easily, right? So it's like a lip reading thing for you. And she says it very lightly in case you can hear that also.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they want to get all of us. They say it's supposed to be to protect us, but I don't feel safe. We should try to get out of here.
Hang on. And Kale's gonna turn to Jaime. What do you do?
What do you mean, what do I do? You know what I do. What do you mean, what do I do? Oh, you mean like that?
I know that we haven't been friends, real friends, in a long time. But these crazy people have us in here. And if we're going to figure out a way to do something about it, then we need to know the truth about each other. And I'm using
you're so
Silver Tongue.
honest. Okay, go ahead. Tell me what Silver Tongue does.
Silver Tongue, the way you weave words together is artistry or possibly magic. People tend to believe whatever you say, whether it's true or not. Take an additional reroll anytime you attempt to convince someone to act, tell a credible lie, or fast talk your way through a situation.
Okay, we're going to go through some really interesting stuff here that I'm extremely excited about. This is what is going to happen. You are going to roll for this in order to try to convince Jaime to be honest with you. You get an additional reroll there. That's perfect. What would you say you're using as a trait to achieve that?
Oh, impact.
Beautiful.
I am bossing him around.
I love that. How much do you have in impact?
1.
Okay, so you have 2 now because of what you just used.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll 3d6 and let me know where it lands.
Okay. So I'm using both those rerolls because the 1 and the 3 are both in here again.
Oh no, what's the order?
It's funnily enough, it is the 1 was a misfire. The 5 was learn something, and then the 3 is anger. So I might keep the anger actually, but I definitely want to re-roll that misfire.
Go for it. You got 2 shots.
Okay, that's a 5. So
okay, that's a 5, and a 3. Do you want to try to use your last one to see if you can get
I want to try and see if I can get the triple.
Let's do it.
It's a 4.
Okay, not bad. That's with hope. So is hope an impulse or a question for you?
Hope is talk about a dream for the future.
It's an impulse. Are you going to embrace it?
Yup.
And I believe that marks your 5th XP and gets you ready to be mechanically to confess your secret anytime you'd like. So
do.
Let's start. So that's a 5, a 5, and a 4. You're going to be able to learn something, but we can do that after you embrace your impulse if you feel ready to. Would you like to embrace your impulse first on this success?
Yeah. As she's sort of bossing him around, she's like trying to get him to give up because all of the kids she knows can do stuff. She assumes Max can. Astrid has her colors. Clara has her colors. Kai has something, and they were the first one the adults were like terrorizing. So like Jaime has to be here because he can do a thing. That's her logic right now. So as she's going forward, it's just like, I want us to be able to get out of here so we can figure out why we can do all this stuff. You think it was fun finding out that I had to talk to people across rooms by myself? That's scary. You don't have to be alone in this, Jaime.
You're going to learn something. What has been hidden or overlooked? How is this person vulnerable? What is the biggest threat right now? What is my best path forward? What is the best escape route?
Ooh. I am torn between what I want to ask as the player and what Kayla would ask.
Well, what are the 2 options so that we know what you're torn between?
So I want to know what the best escape route is.
Okay.
I think Kayla wants to. What are the first 2 again? Because it's one of those 2.
What has been hidden or overlooked? How is this person vulnerable?
No, I think she's like bulldogging Jaime. She wants to know how he's vulnerable. So that's what I'm torn between. Like Kayla wanting to know how he's vulnerable here and wanting to get out as the player.
I think that if you want to really know the answer fully here, then how is this person vulnerable is your best bet.
All right. We're running with Kayla's instincts.
Okay. Which I'd like to note, actually, I think is the first time that anybody has selected how is this person vulnerable in all of the sessions that I've run so far. So I'm really excited.
Well, it's easier to pick that when you're not surrounded by shadows. I'll be so for real.
I don't just mean in this game. I don't just mean in this game, though. I mean in all of the Rocket Club games that I've run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We've rolled a lot of 5s, and I think it means a lot. The question we've asked the most is, what is the best escape route?
How do we leave?
We gotta go.
We gotta go. Ticking clocks everywhere, melting. Okay. You're in a freezer, Kayla, and you're pretty physically close to Jaime right now as you're confronting them about this, right? You notice once you're done speaking and you watch Jaime's face break that you're colder. Why are you colder? You put together that you're colder because you're closer to Jaime. Jaime is breathing heavily right now, and you watch in this freezer as you see the visual identifiers around Jaime indicating that Jaime is absorbing heat from the space around them into their body. It is getting colder and colder. The area right around Jaime is showing ice particles forming. People further out from you are starting to show signs of shivering more. And as Jaime is getting more and more upset, starting to hyperventilate in this moment, they are absorbing more and more of the heat in this space. If they are unable to control this, you get the sense that they could pull all of the heat out of this room to a severe degree, which would be very bad news for probably everyone in here, definitely anyone in here who might be human.
I think that logically is like Kayla's like that's like the back half of her thought process about it. But I think immediately she feels guilty because he's scared now because she yelled at him. So she's just sort of like, hi, I'm sorry. I'm just.
I'm going to offer you something now. You're going to have a choice. Jaime is your rival, mechanically. I'm going to use truth or dare.
Ooh.
The choice that I'm giving you, which to remind everyone at home, when a player character is involved in a scene with their crush or rival, the guide can offer a truth or dare. The crush or rival either asks the player character a question or urges them to act. Each crush or rival may do this once per session. The choice I'm giving you is truth or dare. Would you like to answer a question, probably something the player would rather not tell the truth about, or the character would rather not tell the truth about? If the player character answers honestly, you can mark experience. Or dare, although you're full up on experience right now. Or dare, the crush or rival urges the player character to do something. This might be a crush asking for a favor, rival offering a challenge, or another call to action. If the player character does or tries to do what is asked, they mark experience. If the player character tries and fails, they take a condition.
I'll take the dare.
Jaime's not doing well. Jaime is looking like Jaime moves out of the restraints that he had on with this change in temperature. It changed the way that the restraints were reacting to him. He was able to get out of it. Moves towards you, looking like he's going to, I don't know, be upset at you. You don't know how to read the body language, right? And when Jaime reaches you, it's just stumble, fall, barely holding themselves up, and says, "Get me out of here." And that's your dare. Get Jaime out of there.
Okay.
I'm going to let you think about how you want to do that with all of the people who are involved down there, who I mentioned before. Clara, Clara potentially being able to help. The other, presumably human, you don't know, right? People who are there, Marisol's mom, Miss Virginia. We don't care about MLM guy. There are other random people I didn't describe yet. Think about that. We'll come back. And we'll come back in general, everybody, to a massive roll fest after 10 minutes of break time. So we're about to go to break. Go get a drink, get a snack, stretch your legs, take care of yourselves. Tell people to come watch Rocket Club. Join us for the back half so they can see a million, billion, trillion rolls all at once. We will see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Oh,
it's all right. I think this has got to switch to the other one. Hello. If you can see our captions right now,
we're doing great.
They can definitely see those. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, there we go.
Okay. Bye.
I was muted. Hi, welcome back, everybody. I hope that you got something to drink, got a snack, went to the bathroom, stretch your legs, whatever felt right. This is going to be a super. Oh, look, Green's here.
Yay! Welcome in!
I love that. Boo pedophiles. Accurate.
Correct. Correct.
Yes. And Green out. Yeah, we love you, Green. We miss you. We'll see you soon. Super excited to have you all here. As a reminder, we are playing Rocket Club by M. Hubbard, friend of the channel, who's an incredible author and creator who created this game. Hi, M. Thank you for the gift of this game and for trusting us to play it. You can play it too if you're watching this, and it is before the end of May 2026. So if you're watching it live or soon, you can get 172-page PDF and supporting materials, the same things I have open next to me right over here for free. Just going to evilhat.com/rocket-club. That's evilhat.com/rocket-club. We also have the link in the chat here on Twitch and probably also on YouTube, where you can get directly to the form, right? That you'll be able to get to where I just sent you. Either one works really well. You can get in there. You sign up as a playtester. They'll email you these materials. The only thing they ask and we ask is fill out a feedback form, right? Check it out. Watch our show. Watch the other shows that are part of Rocket Club and Multi-Stage Anthology. Play the game yourselves. Read the materials. Any opinions you have on it, we want to hear it. They want to hear it. Because it's only going to make this already amazing game even better. Speaking of amazing games, let's dive back in. I feel like we're going to roll some dice. Do you feel like we're going to roll some dice? I feel like a lot. Like a lot of
idea,
dice.
Yeah, that vibe.
Yeah. Rolled. So I'm going to do it like this. We're going to parallel this, right? So we're coming back in, not with Kayla, who we just left off. We're going to come back to Max and Astrid. We are going to resolve the first part of that, which is the whole human is relative, sapient Rube Goldberg machine, right? Of humanoid Rube Goldberg machine of an injured and an emotionally injured child in pulling the door away as these living shadows threaten to come at you. The world's loudest bike that needs to be told sweet things to get rolling is going to rev up while the brightest flashlight in the land of a Mega Man hand turns on behind you. Both of you, one wearing sunglasses, the other wearing regular glasses that were colored in. And the Mega Man hand is going to start playing a song that Neon is going to let us know when we're in the moment. And you are going to ride fast as you can through this narrow tunnel amid this incredibly bright light, hoping you have some sense of where you're driving without the shadows getting in behind you, door shutting fast behind you by your friends so that you can get out. We're going to see how that goes. And then we're probably going to go to Kayla. And then we're going to come back to see how you handle dealing with the pedophiles.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
That sounds enough. I think so, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Sure,
Cool.
Sure.
This is what we're doing now. Beautiful. All right. So I said that you all can roll separately for stuff. Bike stuff is going to be you, Andy. Mega Man hand stuff is going to be you, Fish. So what traits are you using here?
Well, oh gosh, propulsion, I think.
Okay.
Because it's like really, because we're going fast. So it's a lot of like just instinct and trying to be as accurate as possible and trying to just like speed our way to Kayla.
Super fair.
So I think anything that Astrid does is going to be out of propulsion.
Cool. What about Max?
I think right now, because the tunnel is straight, right? At least this section of
Ish. Yeah.
Straight-ish, yeah.
Straight enough.
So so if you would allow it, could I argue Impact for what is essentially the world's scariest game of chicken?
Yes, 100%. Impact. I fully believe in Impact. Okay, so what I will say is this. With the opening of the door, I think that both, even though, so at a level of mechanics, formally speaking, I have to double check the help and hinder on NPCs. But for sure, Marisol would be able to help you all out. I'm going to say, though, what makes sense at a level of story that I think is also backed up by the mechanics is they're both providing help. That won't stack. You only get one reroll, each of you, but each of you get a reroll added to what you would normally have, offsetting anything that might go away from any conditions that you have. But if you take a condition, either of you, then whoever's helping you will also take a condition. So keep that in mind. And I don't remember off the top of my head where Marisol's conditions are, but I think Marisol cleared maybe 2 of them. I don't think that they're fully cleared. So they won't crash immediately on one condition, but if Marisol takes 2, Marisol will crash. So how many rerolls do each of you have, and how many conditions do each of you have?
I have no conditions and 3 rerolls for propulsion.
Beautiful.
With the help, I have 3 rerolls for Impact. I do still have 1 condition, which is Frantic.
I think it's going to work against you, so I think the extra reroll is just going to even out.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and
both
you max
of
out
you
at
roll.
3 rerolls, correct?
You can have a 4th. You can. Have
okay, so then the
I
help
checked.
would give
I
me
checked
4.
with M. Yeah, I checked with M. I thought that there was a cap, but that was a misread on the rules. It's you can get up to 4. You're like you can get past.
So the help gives me 4. Awesome.
Yeah. Perfect. Cool. So both of you roll, and I am going to pick who to go for first, kind of based on how you react, probably. I don't know if that makes me want to pick you first or last, Fish.
Should I wait for the rerolls until I tell everybody what I got, or
No. I want to know fresh before any rerolls. Actually,
okay,
so,
cool.
Andy, tell me first. What did you roll?
I rolled a 5, a 4, and a 5.
Okay, you get to look cool doing it. You want to think about risking it for that triple? I'll let you sit on it. I'll let you sit on the idea. You're like, no, definitely not.
I'll think about it.
Fish, what did you roll?
A 1, a 3, and a 5.
Hey.
Okay, so a misfire, you look foolish in front of Kai, so you take a condition, and it's with thrill, which remind me is an impulse or a question for you.
It's a question. I am going to re-roll the first.
Go for it. Well, re-roll. You've got 4, so let's take.
We're starting with the misfire. I would like not to misfire. Thanks.
Yeah. Super fair.
So that's a 2.
Okay, it's a failure.
I'm gonna try it again.
Got 3 more.
That's a 4.
Okay, mixed success. That is the classic statistical choice to hold. That's not in my best interest because it's entertaining if you don't. But I will say
I'm gonna hold it for now.
Yeah.
Okay. And re-roll the side effect first, and then see whether I have a spare re-roll to spare.
Okay, just as a reminder, though, part of why the recommendation is hold is because from a statistical perspective, you're much more likely to fail or misfire than get a full success once you have a mixed success.
Okay. Hi, I'm Fish. I really like putting my characters in situations that give them a hard time because it's really fun. So we're gonna see what the side effect does, and then see if we have a spare reroll to make this interesting.
Beautiful. All right, you've got 2 rerolls left right now. So let's.
All right. Oh, okay. Okay. This works out in my favor. Basically, that was a 4, which means I look cool, and I'm still in front of Kai. So
you get an extra reroll on your next action roll.
Right, cool. But I still have the spare reroll, and because I am who I am in fact going to reroll the outcome.
Wait, before you do, mixed success is a 4, look cool is a 4, thrill's a 5. Do you want to chase that triple?
I don't, because I think thrill fits this better than
copy. Then like, beautiful, love that.
Yeah. So we're gonna listen here. Listen here. 6.
You know what's
that was 6.
Oh,
that was 6.
Yeah,
I
got 6. What have we told you, kids? Those of you watching,
gambling is fun.
Let's go.
Gambling pays. Gambling always works out. You always want to gamble.
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
Yes. Legally speaking, we are not telling children or anyone to gamble.
Unless you want to.
I love these
We're
guys.
not your parents. It's not, all right, so that is a 6, a 4, and a 5. Beautiful. Okay. Andy, you're not re-rolling anything, right? You're sitting on this?
I haven't flashbacked at all this entire
Oh
game.
no!
So
I know.
I'm really, really tempted.
So remind me which one you're gonna re-roll to get the flashback. Remind me with the 3 more.
Cool.
Looking cool. You gotta re-roll looking cool. Well, you're not getting. I mean, it's a good thing, but you're not getting like a mechanical benefit off of looking cool, right? And you do have like a 50-50 shot on your next go, right? It's different than re-rolling the outcome because the mixed success throws off the numbers, right?
Yeah.
But this side effect is pretty 50-50. So yeah, if you want, try it.
Why not?
You have 3, right? You have 3 rerolls?
I have 2 because one of them canceled out.
That's right, you have 2. Okay, cool.
It's a 4 again.
The dice say no.
Really want you to look cool. The dice really want you to look cool.
Okay. We'll listen to the dice for now. We'll hold there.
Are you sure?
Oh God. Yes, I think I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Remind me what your other 2 outcomes were, like your outcome and your mood.
5 and 5. So
5
it's a success, and the mood is also thrill.
Okay. So thrill for you is.
Thrill is a question.
What's the question?
The question is, what sensation do you experience that you want to feel again?
Oof. Okay. So what I want you to do, the 2 of you, if you're comfortable with this, while you look cool, doing this, both of you, is together, please describe to me how you both address your thrilled mood, look extremely cool, succeeding tremendously at this activity, and then I will take the blow.
So we're prepping to get on the trend. We're prepping before the door opens, right? And I think Astrid kind of gives Kai a pat on the back as we finish building this thing. And then very like Iron Man style, like onto their arm, this thing, and then uses their other hand, flicks down their sunglasses, and like flips their hair as they like hop on this bike, all epic like, and just like finger guns at Kai. And I think the thrill kicks in for them when they start moving, and that like it's that feeling of your stomach lurching, like when you're on a roller coaster. They don't get into very many. Astrid doesn't get into very many speedy situations outside of the context of Max specifically. So they're like really getting ready to embrace the like whoosh of it all. But they're feeling so cool because they've got sunglasses. They friggin' like they're ready, and then they just like finger guns at Kai as they whoosh up into the distance.
I think Max during the preparation is holding onto the bike. They take a deep breath, and as they have their finger on the trigger for the rocket, they're gonna whisper as is required for the rig to work at all. Max is going to whisper, "I wanted so badly for you to save me. You can't. So help me help the people that did."
I love that so much. And of course you look cool doing it, you beautiful bastard. That was lovely. Your friends open the door. You see in an impossible way that you're getting too used to too quickly, the moving darkness cascading towards you in a way that you recognize as hungry. And as this Mega Man light blasts on and you blast off toward it, you see it tries, the darkness, to pull around the light, and it can't, because this battering ram of light is so relentless and so wide that it can't help but be pushed back. You are literally using propulsion and impact, pushing the shadows back as you go, like you're in a pinball machine, right through, and come out the other side. While what plays, Neon?
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Mama said knock you out just starts blaring in the background.
That is so perfect, because you just knocked these living shadows out.
Just to be clear, this is coming from the Mega Man thing, yeah?
From the Mega Man arm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not today. And then the music starts playing.
Exactly. Don't call it a comeback. All right. We leave it there.
I'm just imagining how freaking shook Kai is right now. I'm just like
and they're shutting the door fast behind you. And I think if Green, you agree, I don't mean to be putting words in Marisol's mouth, but I think you hear Marisol saying like, "What? You don't do this every day?" Like just like close that up. Like, yeah, Kai, get bent. You could have been doing this the whole time.
Look, Kai and I might be friends. I still give all of my friends full license to bully him.
Marisol is not going to forgive so quickly, right? Marisol saw what it was like for you to have to deal with Kai's bullshit. Is my, again, Green, if I'm not overstepping, is my understanding of where I think Marisol would be. we're going to catch back up to you all and what you do as you blast out of this, fake shed hidden situation and into the night with music blaring, lights blaring even more, the world's loudest bike, and a bunch of pedophiles hunting you outside. Pedophile conspiracy theorists. But that's for a moment from now. For now, Kayla, I believe that Jaime dared you to do something. What are you going to do?
Yep, so we got to get out of here. I think outside of Clara, I need to get a read on the adults to make sure they at least won't get in our way if we're trying to figure out what to do. So I am going to go to Marisol's mom because she looks the most freaked out. Okay. I'm gonna abandon the restraints that Clara got me out of for the moment. If they catch us, they catch us at this point because we got to figure this out. And then Kayla's gonna walk up to Miss Juniper and kind of I'm not really sure what's happening, Miss Juniper, but are you okay? I think we need to work together if we're gonna try and get out of here.
Where's Kayla? Where's Marisol?
You know that fort that we hang out at sometimes?
No.
Oops.
You hang out at a fort?
I can explain later.
Is it safe?
Yeah, it's totally safe.
Are there adults? Wait, are there safe adults? What adults are there?
I mean, okay, so you know how you have a special place that's all yours that is maybe not necessarily where other people go to? It's
I don't think I've had a moment to myself in how old is Marisol now? Let's say the better part of 15 years.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's safe because it's the place where we go to think and work on projects and stuff for school, and we hang out sometimes and we have snacks. It's not really
And you get into trouble that gets us put into freezers by men with guns?
No, that actually doesn't have anything to do with the fort, I don't think.
Okay, what does it have to do with? Why don't you tell me what my daughter has been doing with you and your friends that has led us to be here?
It's not about your daughter.
Okay. What's it about?
I think they were trying to pick up Marisol because of me.
Why would they be doing that, Kayla?
And Kayla's going to back up to the full spread of the room because I can do things like this. And I'm going to speak into her ear from across the room.
Okay. That's... You should warn me when you're going to do that. I didn't expect it. It's fine.
Please don't be mad at Marisol. It's not her fault.
I'm not mad at Marisol. I'm not mad at you.
Okay.
Why would they care that you can do a magic trick, Kayla?
Because I think they may be crazy.
Okay.
I think when they grabbed me, they were talking about something about the apocalypse or the end of the world or something like that.
Yeah,
so I think...
Kayla, can I trust you to? Can I talk to you? We're in a tough situation. Can I talk to you like you can handle that? Are you going to be okay?
Get out of here. Yeah, no, we have to get out.
These men are going to be disappointed if they're wrong. So if they're right, then we're in trouble. And if they're wrong, we're going to be the ones who are here when they get mad. So we do need to get out. Do you know where Marisol is? Do you know if she's safe?
She has to be at the fort. We wouldn't have to try to.
Okay. And is she safe at the fort? Were you with her when they got you? How did they not get her?
I ran one way, and before I did, I told her to run.
She listened?
I think so. She'd be here with us if she wasn't.
Okay. If you're okay with this, she's going to reach out to hug you.
Mm-hmm. I think she it's like one of those. It's not quite perfunctory, but it's definitely like the "you're not my adult." Like I kind of want my mom kind of thing.
Yeah, super fair. She doesn't hold it for too long, feeling that off of you, but she says you shouldn't have had to do that. Thank you for taking care of my daughter. I'm going to make sure that you get out of here. And is going to turn over to Ms. Virginia and say, can you help? And Ms. Virginia comes over to you. She goes over to some of the other people. She looked over at Clara, but Clara's actually out of restraints already and is like, oh, I guess somebody must have helped with that already. Goes over to some of the rest of the group near MLM guy who won't shut up. And she says, can you stop? Okay, nobody's buying anything. As she gets into trying to help out some of the other people who are restrained much more severely than you. There's adults over there. And it seems that these guys had some actual handcuffs and stuff. It's harder to get them out. They seem to use up what they could on the people they thought were more of a risk. And then the ones that they thought might be less of a risk were just improvised stuff that they used to tie you up. Ms. Virginia comes up to you and says, I wish I didn't see you again like this. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Why'd they grab you, Miss Virginia? Are they grabbing everybody?
They're not. They're grabbing us or people they think are us. I think that your friend's mom is here because they might think that your friend is. I'm sorry. You don't. You hear a whisper behind your ear, and she's like, I know. And she says, I'm sorry. It's not my place to talk to you about it, but
no, it's okay.
You need to know right now. It was really beautiful getting to play the piano together. It made me feel a little less alone. So thank you for that. I've been here for a long time and not a lot of opportunities to be with somebody else like me. So glad that your family was okay with that and that you were such a good buddy to play the piano together with.
I'm going to come back and play the piano after we get out of here. Okay?
Okay, you don't have to, but I'd like that. And you hear something in this moment without, you just see her smile. And you hear something that you're hearing. If you look around, it doesn't necessarily seem that everyone else can hear it. It is beautiful music, ethereal, unlike anything that you've heard before, but also feels very much like home. And you understand that whatever Ms. Virginia is doing right now, it's a manner of communication that you're capable of too, because you're receiving it, even if you don't know how to do it. And you can just sort of tuck that away. It feels like a hug.
Cool.
And they all gather up to go. How are you going to try to get people out of here? Because Jaime also, while all this has been happening, has been trying to keep it together. People are shivering more. Some of them are not having an easy time getting out of like the handcuffs and stuff. It's not clear that you're going to be able to quickly or easily get out of here with everybody. Jaime is going to, if it continues to escalate, at least for the humans in the room and possibly for the people who are partially human or potentially non-human, you don't know what the layout is. It's possible that they're also going to be harmed by it too, significantly soon. You basically have like a ticking time bomb of an ex-friend over there right now.
Oh, that's another player. Okay. There's no limit on how many times we can use a move in a session, right?
If it doesn't say, then no.
Okay, it doesn't say. So Kayla's gonna go back over to Jaime and like actually sit down with him the way she used to. Like she'll sit down next to him and like she'll do the thing where she wants to grab his hand, but she wants to make sure he's okay with it. So she puts her hand next to his and like touches her pinky to his and like looks at him.
What are you doing?
We need to talk after this, but right now we have to figure out how to get out.
Fine. I can't catch my breath.
I know. I know. I just need you to listen to me because it's going to be okay. Like a lot of weird stuff has been happening, but just because weird stuff is happening doesn't mean it's bad stuff. And I think if we all work together, we're going to find a way to get out of here, because if the weird guys who threw us in here in the first place aren't going to listen to us, they're definitely going to listen to how many adults they put here. And they got mostly everybody else out. So it's not like everybody's restrained and we have to worry about like having to get everybody out now. And there's definitely more of us in here than there are of them. They had to bring people in here one at a time, right? And I am going to use Silver Tongue to basically talk him down.
Okay. So you're going to try to calm him down before trying to move him. Silver Tongue sounds good. Which trait are you going to use on the roll?
I feel like this is Grace.
Yeah, I think that's right. What do you have in Grace?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, as a note from M in the chat, y'all can also use your rocket moves without actually using your rockets too.
Oh,
so worth mentioning that also.
Okay.
So thank you for that, M. Yeah, obviously you'd want it to make like narrative sense would be the hope. But yeah, I think that is awesome to know. Okay, so you are going to roll flat.
That's
plus
actually
1.
an exceedingly helpful thing to know. So thank you.
Real
I was
so
fully muted the first time I said that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Whoop. Where'd it go? Hang on. There it is. Okay.
All right,
Floyd,
Max,
I
it's just
don't
you and I. Oh,
Floyd, I don't count.
All right, so you're at 3d6 with 1 reroll from the Silver Tongue.
Okay. So I got a 4 on the outcome, a 2 on the mood, and I'm re-rolling the side effect because it fell on the floor.
Okay.
I look dumb. I got a 3. I think.
Okay, which would give you a condition because you're in front of Jaime.
Hell. I do not want another condition. Wait, is it the 3rd or the 4th that makes you crash?
The 4th makes you crash unless you have something in your reputation that allows you to take a 4th and crash on the 5th, which I don't think you have as a magpie, but I'm not positive.
No. So I am going to re-roll that side effect because I am perilously close to having to crash out, and I am not sure if that's something I want right now.
That's super fair. You do only have the one, so remind me, your outcome is?
My outcome is a mixed success.
Perfect. We're good there. Side effect, you would definitely get a condition there, and a mixed success, you could possibly get one, but we could take it a different direction. Your mood, remind me, is?
Sadness.
Sadness too. Okay, yeah. If you want to re-roll that side effect, let me know what it is.
Okay. I got a 5.
That's a learn something. I knew that was a learn something reaction. I felt it in my bones.
Like, I wasn't expecting learn something. Like,
okay. First question is, you're at full on your experience bar, right?
Yes,
your
I am.
tracker.
Yes.
So sadness is an impulse or a question?
It is an impulse, and it's be silent for a while.
Are you going to ignore it, or are you going to embrace it? You can't bank that experience either way.
I know, but I feel like it's appropriate for her to maybe like
beautiful
and like go with it, because she's kind of like she's sorry about scaring him, and she's worried about him, and he's like, you know, this is scary, and she's just kind of like, okay, I get it, like, you know.
That's fair. So you embrace that. You're able to learn something, and then I'm going to take us to the mixed success. I haven't done it in exactly this order, but it feels right in this situation, because I feel like what is literally happening is you have taken the action you've described, you've said what you've said, and then by embracing that impulse, you back off and you create space. And do you think that you're holding eye contact here with Jaime?
I think it's kind of like a sidelong thing. Like, I think she actually does like just her pinky, wrap her pinky around his, and just kind of like looks at him kind of like this.
He's looking at her. And you can feel his breath syncing up with hers as you learn something. How is this person vulnerable? What has been hit, which would have to be Jaime in this situation. What has been hidden or overlooked? What is the biggest threat right now? What is my best path forward? What is the best escape route?
What has been hidden or overlooked?
Jaime is grabbing your pinky gratefully. Jaime, you can feel it. Jaime missed you. It begs the question of why did you, why? You know what I mean? Like, why not, and why push you away? What is the point of that? Right. And you realize that just like you had the whisper thing start to emerge for you, whatever's been happening that's causing Jaime to absorb heat has been happening to them. And it does not look like they have it under control. I think in that moment, what you learn is that Jaime hasn't just pushed you away. Every time you think back, every time that you've seen Jaime around, Jaime tends to be alone. Jaime started pushing people away when this started to happen in a way they couldn't control and didn't understand. And the only thing that they could think to do was be alone to try to figure it out. And if that meant having to upset people, that's better than this. And you can see that Jaime's scared, but Jaime's not scared of you. And in this moment, Jaime's not even scared of the guys that threw you all down there. Jaime's scared of Jaime. Jaime's scared that if they don't know how, if they can't figure out how to do something about this, everybody down here is going to get hurt, including you, especially you, who are trying to help them right now, and it's going to be their fault. That's what you learn, that Jaime believes. For your mixed success, you could choose to fail. Or you can choose to take a condition. You can choose a narrative complication, or you can choose a different negative cost in order to succeed. What would you like to do?
I think I would like to succeed, and I think my negative cost is that we get caught getting everybody out. Like everybody, like all the people who are out of restraints. Because I'm sure they have people like coming back and forth to like do like rounds or whatever, and it's been a while. So like I wouldn't be shocked if somebody's like coming down to check on the people they're holding, and lo and behold,
looks over your shoulder. What's going on in here? We cut away. Max, Astrid, zipping out, puncturing the night. Don't call it a comeback. And you make it out. Just to warn you ahead of time, Neon, so that I'm not surprising you here. The tape's gonna like continue on, or the CD is gonna go to the next one pretty soon, right? Like it's not the shortest thing. So by the time they do the next roll, the next song is gonna be up.
Got you.
Just to be ready.
I'm gonna need to make this playlist on like Spotify or something. It's gonna be really funny.
Please do. What do you do once you puncture the night with light and sound atop this motorcycle, I guess, this incredibly loud bike, rocket powered, sunglasses and improvised sunglasses on, roaring to life, fully. I can just tell you can see the little lights moving from the actually, no, they don't have their flashlights up anymore. You can hear the guys moving. You're getting their attention. What are you gonna do?
Forwards.
I think
We're going forwards. That's all. That's all Astrid has in mind.
I think for Max right now. So we've like bursted out of the fort. I'm assuming we're still in the Badlands, right?
Yes. Oh, 1,000% you're in the Badlands, and you're going to have to cross them. But you can do it on the roads, or you can do it on the hidden paths that you use to get to and from your fort, of which you have various options to get into town, but you're lit up like a beacon. So whatever path you take, they're going to be able to see the general path you take, even at a distance, right? So if you take one of those hidden paths, you're probably burning it as a way in and out of your fort area. If you take a main road, you're not. The hidden paths are probably going to be faster in some ways and harder for them to follow, even if they're able to piece together where they lead after the fact.
Okay.
Your friends are still back where they lead, but they're hidden behind a false door and presumably some pissed off living shadows. So maybe not an immediate problem in terms of them going after your friends.
Yeah. We can come up with new hidden paths once we've dealt with the apocalypse,
I think so, yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Like, well, if
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
The apocalypse, a new path.
Exactly.
Okay, if it doesn't put our friends in immediate danger, then I think Max will, the moment we like burst out of the fort, is just going to careen into the hidden path that they take, because they have to use their rig to make it to the fort at all.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to need rolls from both of you again. This is going to be, again, primarily for the navigational stuff for you, Max. And then Astrid, it is going to be anything that you're doing with the Mega Man arm that is supposed to be in some way impacting the dynamic. I'm leaving it purposely vague for you. It can have to do with the people you want to throw off or anything else you want to do. Go ahead.
I think I'm going to focus mainly on keeping it, like keeping the light located so that we're fully surrounded by light. But will in fact direct a giant beam of blinding light at any adults that seem to be turning to run towards us, just like flashbang.
I love that. Just pwa pwa. Okay. There's a reactivity to that I think informs the roll. But what do you have in mind for what you're going to roll?
Propulsion. I think it's still propulsion, just because of like the accuracy of flashbanging.
Love that. I will say I will allow the two of you to help each other. You will be risking conditions together.
I'm good with that. Totally fine with
me. You both get an extra reroll, but Andy, for Max, unfortunately, that just means it flattens out frantic. But hey, it flattens out frantic, right?
It does flatten out frantic.
So how many rerolls do you have on this, Andy?
I think for this one, because it's more navigating versus like brute forcing their way through, which is what Max has been doing for the better part of 4 episodes. I think this will have to be designed since they're actually having to think about this one. So I have one reroll on it. So that cancels the help. I'll still have the 1, right?
Yeah, you'll still have the 1. So you have 1. You have 3 fish. Go ahead and both of you roll.
Plus the help is 4.
Oh, plus the help is 4. That's right. Thank you. So both of you roll and let me know. Let's read the reactions. See who goes first.
Mine is a 6-3-3.
Okay, so you look foolish and it's with anger, but you fully succeeded. Is anger an impulse or a question for you?
Anger is a question, and it's what other emotions are mixed in with your anger.
Do you feel like anger is the right emotion for this moment, or would you want to try to go for a different
one? I think I will reroll the anger.
Okay, cool. While you're doing that, Fish, what did you roll?
2, 6, 5.
Okay, so that 6 is something extra. The thrill, it seems to be a trend tonight. That 2, I assume you're going to want to reroll.
Yes. I got a 6. So
I'm hearing a 6, a 6, and a 5. You have 3
I'm going to
rerolls
reroll the 5 to try to get a 6.
All right, while you're doing that,
yeah,
go ahead and do that however much you need to. Keep me updated as it goes. Andy, what did you reroll for Max?
I rerolled my mood into 6, which is love.
Okay, perfect. So is love an impulse or a question for you?
It is a question, and the question is, what memory of your old life comes to mind?
What memory of your old life comes to mind as you're careening through the night?
I think as Max is careening through the night, the memory that comes to their mind is the first time that they learned how to ride a bike.
Love that. Who was involved? How did it go?
I think back when, things were a little more stable, a little more okay, and Max didn't have to move around so much. I think a person that they used to live with, and is why they're so attached to that old bicycle shop owner, was their grandfather, who was the one that taught them how to ride a bike. And I think the memory that comes to Max's mind is when their grandpa stopped by the school that Max was attending way before the actual time where they were supposed to go out, and essentially had them ditch school. And the excuse that their grandfather had used was, hey kid, come with me. I'm going to teach you to ride a bike because I want to spend more time with you.
Love that. That's beautiful. Fish, where did your rolls land?
So I had 4 rerolls total. I used one on outcome, which brought it to a 6, and then I had 3 more left. And so I got a 1, a 2, and then a 6. So I did get 3 6s.
Yes!
Let's
go! Okay, you're choosing.
Look, I love these dice. Okay.
So you're choosing to embrace the flashback, I'm assuming, which allows you to mark an experience. So please go ahead and do that.
Yes.
And it is with love, which for you is an impulse or a question?
It's a question. It's how is it much more complicated than love?
Take us into the flashback that you're experiencing in this moment, which can be years ago, it could be minutes ago. How is it more complicated than love?
I'm going to start by answering the question and then use that to bring us into the flashback, which is that the feeling Astrid spent the better part of middle school feeling very isolated. Even when surrounded by, even once they had joined Rocket Club, they felt they never really understood what love was supposed to mean, because in the context of media, it's always like this unconditional, you do anything for them. But every single person that Astrid had ever seen as being a person to love, Kai, their parents, librarian, they'd always wanted something from them in return, or would be cold, or it was never unconditional in the way that fairy tales usually set it up to be. And in this moment of running out into the darkness to try to save a fellow friend with Max, it's just this moment of oh, this is what that feels like. This is what love is supposed to be. It's this ability to rely on and be with and trust your friends, your family, or whatever. But in this moment, this is the closest that I think Astrid has come in a long time to really understanding what love in the full depth of that word means, at least as much as a 13-year-old can really understand. They're still gathering life experiences, and as they're really focused on trying to make sure that this light keeps them safe, their mind travels back to, I think it kind of montages back through a bunch of different times that they were hanging out with Rocket Club, and someone told a joke and everyone started laughing, and it wasn't Astrid who was the butt of the joke, and so Astrid, who was standing off to the side building something for the wall, started laughing along, and little moments of them feeling a passive observer, but really in hindsight they were being actively included in a way that they hadn't really processed before.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're just really reminiscing. It's I think it's a flashback montage of just going from when they first met Rocket Club all the way through to now, of these little moments of where Astrid felt really in their own head and really terrified of being seen, but the whole time they were being absolutely thoroughly seen by people who they would grow to love.
That's fantastic, and a real testament to what is working in Astrid's favor, and Max's, and the group's by extension, right now. Because it is that trust and togetherness, that sense of community and friendship, that is letting you punch through the night and flashbang these pedophiles to stay away and be confused, keeping simultaneously the living shadows at bay as you take one of the hidden paths away from your fort and into town, toward the part of town that you would generally know is the area on the outskirts of town where this alien themed diner is.
For the something extra, for the side effect, I would like to confuse them and disorient the adults enough that potentially we don't actually need to refigure out this path.
Beautiful. They don't know where it is. I think that the way that this hits their eyes, they get blinded and lose their sense of direction. So then they end up arguing about where it was that you all even went. This is so bright that it kind of lights up the sky a little bit, when you're moving it around, and they start to argue about whether or not that has anything to do with what they expect to break through the sky that night that has still not happened. That is a part of the prophecy that they expect to have fulfilled that night, which is why they're trying to grab you up. And I'm going to go ahead and say also that a couple of them stumble around in the dark in the wake of this and disappear all of a sudden. There's a claim. There's above table. Hard for you to hear this, but I'll say we can know above table. They're kind of arguing with each other about, wait, no, where'd you go? Did you run away? And what really happened was they stumbled into the shadows, and the shadows just seemed to swallow them up, and then just right into the ground, and they're just gone. Weird, right? Wonder how that works. So that happened to at least a couple of them. As you all get away and go toward
Danny, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean you wonder how that works? What are you saying?
Listen, it's okay. They're pedophiles.
It's allowed. Living shadows gotta eat, right?
Yeah.
That's
no further questions.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
Well,
You're right. I just missed my case. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there it is. The return of the green. One further question to Neon. What's the second song that kicks up as these disoriented pedophiles stumble all over each other like Keystone Cops, and at least some of them get swallowed up by living shadows, pulled into the ground, taken to who knows where to do who knows what?
So I think the next song, it happens over the soundtrack, not quite diegetically, but basically as we see them disappearing, I imagine we see Max and Astrid zooming through, and Speed Demon by Michael Jackson starts playing.
I love that. As you speed off into the night, toward Kayla, you're not alone anymore. You've got company. And here I would like to make some game mechanics clear. There is a situation here wherein I set a target and I utilize time remaining boxes. I don't always highlight this overtly to the players because I like to just let the fiction play out, feel itself, and it exists. But here, I really think that it's only fair that I should make it clear to you how this works. So I write down a specific immediate objective that the player characters are pushing toward accomplishing. Say, get out of the bunker, right? I draw usually between 3 to 6 boxes next to the target to represent the time remaining. Higher number of boxes implies a larger scope of action that will take more time, whereas fewer boxes represents intense time pressure, forcing the characters to act quickly. I fill in the time remaining box whenever the players roll a failure on their outcome die, trigger a crisis on their side effect die, allow a significant amount of narrative time to pass, or consciously make a choice to pursue a distraction instead of the active target, which I will remind you in this moment is get out of the bunker. I also predetermine what is called in the text, thank you, M, a worst case scenario. This is a devastating outcome tied to the current target. If all the time remaining boxes are filled before the players achieve their objective, I, as the guide, narrate the occurrence of this predetermined worst case scenario. It automatically shifts the story into the next stage of the adventure and introduces a brand new target. I also use something called course correction for those who are watching at home who are interested in running this to adapt these targets and scenarios on the fly when players organically shift their focus to a different goal. So, you're not alone. Do you have a guess at how many boxes you have right now?
Oh, like
available to you before you hit. Oh, I think it's worse than that, because the thing is, it would have been 3, but you did some other stuff along the way, and then you triggered them coming in as a part of your mixed success, your narrative consequence. So that's not the worst case scenario, but they're here now. So I'm going to say that you've got 1 box left. 1 crisis, 1 failure, much less both. 1 action that is not like that you roll for, that is not about getting out of the bunker. And you will hit a predetermined worst case scenario for the situation you're in before your friends have time to arrive. In that context, what would you like to do?
So,
while you're thinking about that, I would just like to address the chat really quick for a moment here. And just say, 1, thank you to our magnanimous GM who isn't going to kill us for giving us a heads up on where the stakes are before actually enacting them. Truly a testament to how nice and not murderous you are about us and our characters. Please don't murder us all.
Not going to kill kids. Kids aren't going to die. It's not a part of the game.
No, we're just
there are
kidnap
other
my shadows.
things.
It's fine.
I was like, there are other things that can happen. However,
why was that not comforting, Danny?
Well, it's because he specified kids aren't gonna die and made sure there were adults down here.
You're very smart, Andy. You're very smart. Yeah.
I have an idea, and it's
okay
related to me getting out, but the dudes are there, and I can whisper at a distance. Can I scream into their ears, like full high pitch, like ear-splitting child scream, like, you know, the kind of thing that makes you just ugh.
Yeah, and try to distract them for like a rush?
Yes.
Okay, this is how I'm gonna say that would have to play out in components, right? We can take it 1 step at a time.
Okay.
Unless you have a very compelling argument, I think the first one needs to be impact. That's you using the whisper to scream in their ear to try to get them to you're essentially assaulting them with sound, and it feels like a brute force kind of a thing to me, right? Second thing is going to be you need to convince everyone to rush. And then the third thing is going to be you need to rush, right? So it's 3 rolls as I see it. Any of which getting a failure or misfire or a crisis will immediately trigger a worst case scenario.
Woo!
Not if you roll it the first time. It's if you stay with it, right?
Okay.
So like if you re-roll out of it, you get out of the worst case scenario.
Okay.
But if you stick with it, the worst case scenario hits.
All right. So first is the scream. Okay. 5. Okay. That's 5. 5, 5, 3.
Okay. So 5, 5, 3, and you have any rerolls?
Not for that, no.
Cool. Hey, success. Learn something with anger. Is that an impulse or a question?
Anger is a question.
What's the question?
How would you explain your mood if someone asked?
How would you explain your mood if someone asked?
They need to pay for locking us in here.
Ah! They do. You scream so loud, and there is a quality in your scream that I'm going to give you this for free on the Learn Something before we actually go into Learn Something. You learn something about yourself, Kayla, and that is you don't just have to whisper, you can be loud. You are incredibly loud in the ears and eardrums of these people. It's actually kind of localizing the sound right in the eardrum. And I'm going to go ahead and say that if you're not quite bursting the eardrums of these dudes, it's because you're holding back. You're realizing that you have the power to localize your voice wherever you'd like. Where's the limit on that? I don't know. You don't know. You're just discovering all of this. But now you know you can be really loud about it, louder in a more focused way than you've been screaming in your life in a regular sense. And it is working. So these guys are grabbing hard onto their ears, doubled over in pain, and everybody is looking to you who isn't doubled over in pain because you've targeted these people. This is not an AoE. You got the guys you meant to get and nobody else, right? That's what that success is. So they're all seeing that you're screaming. They're not hearing it. They're seeing the guys react. They're looking at you. What would you like to learn? What's been hidden or overlooked? How is this person vulnerable? You'd have to tell me who. What is the biggest threat right now? What is my best path forward? What is the best escape route?
Best escape route right now.
Best way out is through. You want to get past these guys before they recover. Best escape route. Second roll. Stakes are still the same. I'm going to say you're going to try to persuade people here. Impact or grace feels like it's probably somewhere in those two, but what do you think?
It's probably impact, because I'm probably just gonna turn around and just like, we need to go right now, like we have to get out of here.
I will say when you start saying that, the assault on these guys stops because you're not screaming anymore. So they're going to be able to recover shortly after that. Did you hold back when you felt that you could burst their eardrums?
Honestly, probably not. She was
so they're going to take
and scared.
That's fair. And she didn't know what she was doing either, right?
Exactly.
Like she didn't know
it was just full blast.
Bleeding. There's blood coming out of these guys' ears, and they're doubled over in pain. It's going to be a little bit easier to get out of there, but they can still recover. They are mad. So go ahead and with impact, roll me the 3d6.
Hey, can I use Silver Tongue because I'm trying to convince someone to act, as in get out
You
of the
100%
room?
can on this one.
Hell yeah.
So you can add 1 reroll. Yeah.
That's 2 rerolls for me. And I'm going to use both of them.
What did you get, out of curiosity?
I got a 1, a 2, and a 6. So we're keeping the 6 for mood.
Okay.
You
can keep the 2 technically, just so you know, and not trigger a worst case scenario. Okay, you would actually just be playtesting the new thing that
lose something.
Lose.
Okay, yeah, let's do that then. So we're definitely rolling that misfire, though. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, because if not, worst case scenario time is now.
That's still a 3.
And that it would still,
you
would still get the worst case scenario. Yeah.
Got 1 more. 6.
Yes. Okay. That is a 6, a 2, and what was the mood?
6.
Okay. Love is an impulse or a question?
Impulse. Say too much.
What is it? Saying too much. Okay. How are you saying too much in this moment in a way that allows you to succeed? And then we will get to the lose something.
As Kayla's like yelling for like people, we have to go right now. She's going to turn her attention to Jaime, who explicitly was the one to ask her to get him out of here. It was just like, she grabs his hand like full on, and it's just like, I need you to trust me, but we can get out of here together. We got to go right now, and you have to stay with me. You have to trust me, okay?
Okay. Hey, I trust you.
Cool.
And you realize in that moment that Jaime is holding your hand.
And just like basically like cool, looks at their hands and just takes off out the door, like pulling him at full,
runs.
full
I would say
strength.
runs with you. Lose something, and I gotta tell you, thank you so much. I know it's not technically in your control, but I'm so glad we rolled this tonight because Em and I really wanted to test this. So lose something. To remind everybody at home, the old version, draw attention, your action is noticed by an outside entity in a negative way. Would have been what played now. What we're doing instead is this. Lose something. You suffer a loss of something important. This might be a literal object, but it could be more abstract. Your temper, your footing, giving up information. The guide will ask you one of the following questions or something like it. What is lost or taken? How do you lose your way? What do you lose sight of? What do you give up? How are you noticed by an enemy? I am not going to pick how you're noticed by an enemy because that is draw attention again, and I want to test this differently.
Mm-hmm.
What do you lose sight of?
I think I lose track of the two adults that I was kind of focused on. So Miss Virginia and Marisol's mom are both down here. And I think I take off so fast out of the room that I forget to check where they are in like the throng of people that are trying to get out.
That makes sense. You now have to roll for propulsion, unless you have a good argument for something else, to get out of the room. To be very, very clear, if you trigger a worst case scenario before you get out of the bunker on this roll, it will tie directly into what you just lost. Miss Virginia and Marisol's mom will be impacted by the worst case scenario, which I have not revealed what it is, what its nature is, but they will, as a consequence of that lose something. If you have any moves, if you have anything you want to try to hustle for here, if you want to try, I know you don't have your rocket rig with you. If you got anything in the tank, it's a good moment.
Okay.
Not me literally studying every single move set so that as soon as it snaps back to us, I can use my hidden talents for something helpful.
I will say, if you do get out successfully, you're going to get outside as your friends arrive. So this is the last barrier before you are reunited, at least the three of you. Marisol is back with Kai. You're going to have Jaime and this other group. I don't know where you're all going to go or what you're going to do. But if you get outside, you may have other things to deal with outside, but at least you'll be together.
I'm going to try a hustle. Just real
okay.
quick. You and me, let's talk for a second. So
sure.
So one can take many kinds of shots. And I propose that right now, Kayla is taking a shot in the dark. She's in a place that she doesn't know, and she is doing her damnedest to get herself and her friends and all these people out of this building. But, you know, she's a wily kid. She's smart. And literally in the movie says, whether by instinct, and you know, all humans just want to be free. That's really what I'm getting at here.
What's the move?
It's my trick shot. I am making a trick shot in the dark.
Okay.
Once per session after completing a roll, but before narrating the results. If the side effect is look cool, I may swap the positions of my other two dice while keeping the same results each. So basically, it's not a make everything work. It's a hey, if I get a 1, I would really like to move that to mood.
So
If
you
I
can.
manage-
I will say, if you get it look cool, I will honor that 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll
Cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use
I
my
love
1
that.
reroll on propulsion. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
At least it's not flat, right? You don't have any conditions, right?
Oh, I super do. Clumsy and overstimulated. Let's go.
I'm so sorry to have to do this.
Flat roll.
It's a flat roll. Yeah. Big money, no whammies.
Big money, no whammies. Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Actually, know what? I'm not gonna ask it. I'm not gonna ask it until the dice come out.
Okay.
Okay. So there's good news and possibly bad news.
Okay.
The good news is I got 1-4 on the side effect die. So I do look cool doing this. The bad
That's
news
amazing.
is I got another 4 and a 1. So my question is, if it's a mixed success, does it still trigger the worst case scenario?
It does not. You're good.
Oh!
You're good.
I'm switching it.
You're all
I'm
good.
switching it.
Okay. Is fear an impulse or a question for you?
Fear is a question.
Okay. What is the question?
What other feelings complicate your fear?
What other feelings complicate your fear as you run out hand in hand with Jaime, not knowing where Miss Virginia or where Marisol's mom are, trying to get these people out safely? Clara is running out too. You've learned so much right now about who you are, who these other folks are, what is happening. Seems like there's a lot more of you here and a lot of different kinds of folks than you realized. And they're all being targeted and grabbed up by these dudes. There's a lot for you to process. What are you feeling with your fear right now? How do you answer that question?
I think it's a different kind of fear that Kayla is feeling. Like, I think initially it was very much kind of the, oh God, I'm being captured and like I'm stuck in this place with all these people. And it sort of shifted to a more like broader sense kind of fear of like, what do I do? Like, how are we gonna deal with this? Because like, even if we make it out of here, like I still can like do weird things with my voice. Jaime has powers too. We got to talk about that. I got to start talking to Jaime again. We like I got so focused on the Rocket Club that there are other people in town that I care about, and like, do I introduce them to the Rocket Club? Like, I don't know what to do about that. Like, what are we gonna do? And like, what are the adults gonna do? Like, all the adults just saw me do that. Am I gonna be in super trouble when we get out of here? Like, it's kind of this cascading, like.
All valid questions. Here's another good news bit off of the fact that you rolled look cool. You did it in front of Jaime. And so you get an extra reroll on your next action roll.
Yeah,
additionally, you succeeded, and therefore you fulfilled the dare. You tried to do it and you did it. You are full up on experience right now, but you would be able to mark experience. And this is a big enough thing that I'm okay with home ruling it spilling over, so you can have it there waiting for you when you like once you've confessed your secret. You avoided the worst case scenario. So you fully were able to get outside, and you see that Ms. Virginia and Marisol's mom got outside. Clara helped them get out with a bunch of the other people. MLM guy got out too. Everybody got out. There's going to be bad news, right? But Bleeding Ears guys have not come out yet. As with a third song that I'm going to give you a second to think about, so that I'm not just like springing it on you.
I know what
blaring, we've got Max and Astrid coming up. Y'all ride on up and see Kayla holding hands with Jaime. Having run out of there, right? They still haven't let go of the hands from the running.
Oh yeah,
out
no.
there. Yeah, holding hands with Jaime, and Clara's hair is fully on right now. Clara's not trying to hide anything. So full bioluminescent hair is clearly prehensile, right? Like fully just like working stuff, right? And there's a glow.
You just hear Astrid from the distance go, I knew it!
Do you do that with the Mega Man arm though?
Yeah.
Like just and they're like, oh no, not to there. Light is shining around you, and the shadowy areas outside of the diner filled with this light. You who now know how to recognize it a bit better and are paying more attention to it are able to see the living shadows that were perched outside of there have to scurry away, pushed away by the light that you have coming off of your Mega Man arm. I'd like to say, without you even having to roll for it, if you want, you can kind of like Akira slide your way in to like a space there with your Mega Man arm bright. And what do you say when you arrive?
You know, I should have spent all this time thinking about a cool catchphrase or something, and I did not. I was just like,
I think I do know what Max says. I think as the bike comes to a stop on the slide, Max, who's breathing heavily from the stress, is going to very quickly turn towards Astrid, and in a loud enough voice for everyone else to hear, is going to say, "I think we lost the pedophiles."
I think we lost the pedophiles, which Neon, do you happen to know what song is playing as that's declared?
You just hear, I feel like as he says that, you hear, guess what? It's gonna be May.
What can I do? Good enough for you. As you say, I think we lost the pedophiles. You notice in this moment of triumph that the living shadows that moved away from your light are scurrying further away into the darkness. You've started to get used to differentiating them from their surroundings. They have a very different kind of body language, if you can even call it that, than what you're used to, but you've observed it a little bit. It can be hard to read, but you think you see that they're cowering? Are they afraid? Across from, we've said a lot about how this alien themed diner, like 1950s cheesy thing, is on the outskirts of town. It's not fully alone, though. There is a building across from it, plaster and neon. And in the light of your arm, Astrid, you watch that plaster and neon peel back to reveal cold, metallic architecture. The living shadows retreat into areas far from you and far from that. As that shifts in liquid metal form, transforming into shimmering pools of liquid metal suspended just above the ground. And through the ripples of that, metal beasts, amalgams of flesh, machinery, and weaponry come out, and you are confronted with a being that your mind is having trouble comprehending.
You don't say.
Hmm.
You don't say.
When you look at this person, I suppose, for at least a moment before averting your eyes, simply because they surprise you coming through this entryway, I guess, you feel the love drain from your body. You also feel the fear drain. You feel any sense of ambition drain. Radiating off of this being is a sense of desolation, of collapse, of undoing. Unlike the shadows that just drag people away, this deranged ruiner, a being of entropy that does not know love, fear, or ambition because it turns to dust in its wake, steps forward, and you realize at this point that the conspiracy theorist guys have actually been flanking the outside of where you are. You don't know if there are any of the ones that were on the inside. They might have been more that came in. They're armed. They're coming up against this thing, and it's doing nothing. And it does get, actually it's doing one thing. It does get the ruiner's attention. And with its attention, it effortlessly, mercilessly slaughters the armed conspiracy theorists who mistakenly thought they, not you, were the chosen ones. You can sense this in your mind because that voice that you heard before, the voice you didn't answer, the voice that back at the fort is now coming through what should be a dead CB radio for Marisol and Kai to hear, says through it and to all of you, I told you should talk to me. We should talk now. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight, everybody. Thank you very much for another wonderful, cozy session of Rocket Club while we just had a good time and got up to some hijinks and everybody goes home happy. So, yes, boo pedophiles. Hey, they died, so that's good, right? That is a highlight of the evening.
We're winning. That's what's happening right now. Nothing is going wrong. Everything's fine.
You
It's
add
all right.
everything up. We're going positive.
That's true. It's okay, but it's a lot to add. It's okay that Marisol and Kai are by themselves being talked to by this voice, right? And it's okay that all of you are outside as this ruiner made of entropy comes out with their mechanical biological beasts through this shimmering metal pool portal, right? Effortlessly slaughtering these grown men with guns. That's all fine.
If it's cool, I actually would like to use a move right here at the very very
do
end.
it. Yes,
just very
please.
end.
Please.
I would like to use my hidden talents move to pull up a move from the Zero playbook. Since I've moved kind of, Astrid's moved on from that, is now playing off the Genius one, but they haven't lost touch with who they are, and they're gonna pull up Eye of the Storm, which is you're so accustomed to your place in the background that you're hardly bothered when chaos surrounds you. It's like it's happening to everyone else and not you. Choose one trait that you can always count on in difficult situations. You will never take penalties from conditions when rolling with this trait. And I would like to choose Propulsion for thinking and acting quickly.
Do it. Let's go for it.
And that's just gonna get marked on my character sheet for when we inevitably have to deal with all of this nonsense.
I love that. I will say, actually, as this is happening, here's the perfect way to close it out. You've taken that move as a preparation. Max, Kayla, what are you feeling right now?
You said it takes fear, it takes love, it takes ambition.
Yeah.
I think it's anger. I think like Caleb moves to stand in front of Jaime and is just glaring at the ruiner.
Love that. And Max?
I think it's hope. What's one more thing tonight?
Yes. And that is where we leave it. Thank you very much. Because we here at Streaming Rainbow believe in hope. Thank you for joining us tonight for Radical Resonance. Thank all of you for being an amazing cast and amazing people. M is saying in the chat and is correct. Its only weakness is molten jelly beans. Only one way to find out, baby.
One way.
That's going to be tuned in next week for the finale of Radical Resonance. I cannot believe we're already at the finale. It feels like we just got started and we're scratching the surface. But that is this game. It is beautiful. It is lovely. I couldn't recommend it harder. Like, it is a gift. Thank you, M, for making this gorgeous game that we get to play. Thank you to all of you for telling this beautiful story and being your wonderful selves, being creative, and being here with me tonight. Thank you, all of you who are watching this, for joining us here. I'd like everybody to know where they can see you do awesome stuff. I'm going to mention for Green, who's not here tonight, The Valley is still ongoing at Hilarity Save RPG. Please check that out. That's great stuff. Green is also going to be doing some pro GM stuff, so check that stuff out and follow Green's socials. Who would like to go next?
I can.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Fish. I go by Fish Family all over the interwebs. I sing, I draw, I play games. It's a very fun time. Currently, I'm in so many things, and they're all Danny's fault. If you want to see all of the projects that I'm involved in right now and or will be appearing in, check out my card. Also on my card, if you're so interested, you can commission me to draw your characters. Commission the fish, as they say. It's a fun time. I do art good sometimes. Tonight, I got to play Astrid Parker, who is a slightly less human than they previously expected child.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all of it. But yeah, check out my card to see everything that I'm up to.
I will say, hashtag commish the fish. If you're not a pedophile, commish the fish. That is the.
This started last week, and I still hate it.
You saw what happened.
The bit has to, the way a bit works, right? I didn't invent the rules. It continues to escalate, Fish.
No, and it will escalate worse because I hate it.
If you don't want the liquid metal entropy monster to kill you because you're a pedophile,
commish the fish. Yeah, if you don't want the embodiment of entropy to take your sense of love and ambition and ability to feel fear, even then commish the fish. Right?
Remember how I said I was just doing a lot of projects? Never mind. I lied. I'm kidding. Go check out my card to see everything that I'm up to. I've got a lot going on, and then I'm gonna popcorn it to Andy.
Hi, my name's Andy. My pronouns are they, any. Tonight I was Maxim Max Dizon, pronouns they, them. They're just colorblind, guys. That was the bit. They're colorblind and they have a bike. But you can find me. You can find me in the first of the valley. That town, yeah, I was there when the bad stuff started happening. Same. Hey, it's happened twice now. Look at that. I'm really filling up the card. Other than that, you can find me on Magnificence on the Tabletop Tale Spinners Network and just around here and there. I'll popcorn it to Neon.
Hello. I am Neon Saline, they see pronouns. That's neon like the light, saline like the drip. You can find me everywhere on the internet on that handle, with the exception of Blue Sky, where the handle is neonsaline.com. That also happens to be my website, where you can find all the stuff I was doing prior to this. And on Blue Sky, you can find all the stuff I'm going to be doing. Mostly That's going to be a stream on my channel tomorrow night. I'm going to be playing Animal Crossing on twitch.tv/neonsaline, so you should come and hang out for cozy times. And then the next game I am playing, I have some friends who have very kindly invited me to play on their stream that I've been on for a while. It's called Magic the Dungeoning, and I am playing Ihan of the Orzova in a Magic the Gathering themed D&D session. So you should come check us out Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. EST. And those are the two next most recent things that'll be happening that I think I can talk about. Yeah, that's it. Throw it to you, Danny.
I love that. Thank you so much. I'm Danny Mendoza, he, him, Danny R. Mendoza, all over the internet. I've been your guide today. If you want to find more about me, just put Danny R. Mendoza into anything. I'm probably there. But Blue Sky is a good place to find my TTRPG updates. I do want to mention, because I didn't mention this before when I gave Green's quick plugs, is I'm doing a thing still. I was in an earlier iteration of the Valley, also the 1940s one after Andy's. But I am still offering for the Clean Water Fund for $30 donations. And you can see one of them go up because Eli from here got one. I will do a cameo as anyone reading anything. I won't do anything that's like offensive, right? In terms, and I'm not a very good impressionist. That's a very important part of what I'm saying here. But I will try to do an impression of whatever kind of voice you want me to do that isn't gross, reading whatever you want me to read. And I'm trusting that whatever you decide that you want to do that, like you want to have me read, you're okay with the whole world knowing you made that decision, right? I will live up to my side of the bargain. You got to live with your side of it. But it's for a great cause, $30 a pop. So you want to get some of those videos? I'm here for that. Alongside that, we have tomorrow, Oops All Serpents here at 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. We are going to be doing level 20 D&D with the Deck of Many Things and 5 now just incredibly broken level 20 characters, while I throw gauntlets of CR 23 to 30 adversaries to them, sometimes all at once, in a metaversal mess. It's going to be amazing. We have actually that we dropped a super secret lore drop video for that as a cold open that turned into like an hour of gameplay that we dropped last night of just me and the original Serpent from our Inferno game. Daniel, who did an incredible job. So that's up already. If you want to check that out before tomorrow night, we're going to be raising money for Doctors Without Borders with a focus on Palestinian aid. So if you want to get in there and get into these shenanigans for a good cause, you can get on our Tiltify and you can donate in ways that directly impact the game, in ways to help the players or to help me. Don't I look like somebody you want to help? Doesn't that sound like fun? So get in there, go ahead and do that if you can. If you can't, that's entirely okay. We would love for you to amplify it so as many people see it as possible, so as many people donate as possible. This really great cause. It's worth noting for our programming here as well, we've got educational videos out on Thursdays. On Fridays, where we're not doing Radical Resonance, we're going to be doing Inferno, which we obviously have as our like marquee property here. So you're going to be seeing that come back after the finale of Radical Resonance next week. So the week after is the premiere of the next canto. So that's going to be really exciting. We have a bunch of stuff coming for Pride. Before then, on May 21st, as a part of a streamathon for Doctors Without Borders, benefiting Palestinian aid, run by Jess the Human and Charity TRPGs, over with Many-Faced Plays and Queers and Spears. I'm going to be running a Pasión de las Pasiones game that is going to be Mass Effect edition. I wrote a playset, a custom playset set in the Mass Effect universe during Mass Effect 2 in Omega, if you know the game. And that is where we are going to be playing as part of this 24-hour Raidathon, Streamathon thing. Streamers Without Borders and all the other groups that I mentioned,
really
benefiting the same org. Yes.
I'm also going to be, as a part of that stream, I am going to be in a different game during that same charity like streamathon. It's going to be at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, where I get to play a mushroom slug named Franklin, who's just out here try to keep the flowers safe. So definitely there's going to be a lot of fun games.
Is that 5:30 Pacific on Wednesday or on Thursday?
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday, copy that. That sounds awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of really cool games. You should watch Fishes. If you want to watch mine, it's you might not be able to see it live. It's not an easy time for everybody because it's 2:30 p.m. Eastern on a Thursday. But if you want to, if you have a lunch break, come hang out. And we've got a bunch of other stuff like that coming up. Doing similar work for charitable organizations over at Pantsless Tables, over at Pocket Dragon Pub. I know Nerds with Dice is doing a bunch of stuff. We have a bunch of stuff here coming up for Pride. And I'm in a million other shows. Just follow my socials. I've already been talking for a million years. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next week. Bye.
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 All right. We have to remember they can still hear us.
They
Good night,
can. They
everybody.
heard you say.
Can't